This is Dr. Pepper Friday Night Rivals.
Now they call it the Battle of the Eastern Shore, and a couple of teams in 7A Region 1 that kind of need a get-right game. Fairhope has lost 5 in a row for the first time since 2016, and Daphne coming into this game with losses in back-to-back games. The last one a gut-wrenching loss we did here on Friday Night Rivals at the hands of their rivals, the Spanish Fort Toros. Good evening. I'm Jim Cox, my partner Dan Brennan here on the Eastern Shore in Fairhope. And Dan, this is a game both teams, I mean, they both know they got to get a win. Each one, that's what they're thinking here tonight.
Yeah, and they're going to do it different ways, right? To get to that victory tonight. You know, Daphne can lead on that great quarterback. More on him in a moment. And for the Fairhope team, I think they're going to ground it out. They got to try and make the first downs and eat the clock, keep the ball.
Jamar Malone, we've talked so much about him in the 2 games we've done at Daphne so far this year. We'll talk about him a lot tonight. But the one receiver he's kind of found an instant connection with is the guy we're going to talk about a lot tonight, John Davis.
He's quick, he's feisty, he's clutch. His name is John Davis, and good athlete. Not a big guy. None of these Daphne receivers really are, but you're right. I think that he's got a solid connection with Davis, and he's a solid player.
You know, we look at this Fairhope team, you know, one thing they have done this year, you know, they've played good defense. You know, they beat Spanish Fort, then they've lost 5 in a row when they opened up the season with the victory up there in Spanish Fort. But, you know, they're going to have to do that tonight. And when you have a cornerback whose nickname is Lockdown, I mean, that's an indication how he plays, and he's going to have to be that way tonight.
Well, if you're playing good defense at 7A, you better have good corners, or you're not playing good defense at 7A. They've got Amir Adams. He's number one in your hearts, number 1 in your program, and he feels like he's one of the best corners on the Eastern Shore and really in football down here in general along the Gulf Coast.
Yeah, he's going to North Alabama, and he's going to be tested tonight because Jamar Malone, like, he's thrown against some really good corners now in 2 different states. So we'll watch the young quarterback from Daphne here tonight. Big battle, Region 1 in 7A. It comes up in just a few months. We'll kick it off here tonight. Daphne and Fairhope coming up on Friday Night Rivals, brought to you by Dr. Pepper. Daphne and Fairhope tonight at WC Majors Field. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan. We're about to get this one underway. Let's get our kickoff, our coin toss here as we get ready for the kickoff. And the Daphne Trojans win the kickoff, and they defer, so they will send their defense out first and bring on their kicking team. And Nathan Varela will be the kicker for Daphne. See Coach Kenny King in his 8th season here, 49-33, finished 4-6 last year, and coming on 2 consecutive losses. Lost to Baker, and then they lost to Spanish Fort in the game we did 2 weeks ago. Tim Carter here, they had a good year last year, finished 3rd in the region, and started off with a big win over Spanish Fort, but since then they've lost 5 in a row. They really struggled on the offensive side. They've played pretty good defense, but they're going to have to get something going tonight here in the battle for the Jubilee Cup here on the Eastern Shore, as Varela in the white roadies sends this one into the end zone, and we will see this Fairhope offense come out here. Dan, you said they want to run the ball tonight, like to shorten the game a little bit too, but you're going to have to throw it. They have to throw it a little bit. They're going to have to try to get some chunk plays somewhere, right?
You do have to throw it a little bit, because otherwise the box is all clouded up, and even the best of running backs can't go anywhere. But you'll see Preston Godfrey. He'll be getting some time. Sanders Daniel, also good-sized fullback. See how they line up and they try to attack right now.
So please go by and see them at some point during the game. First down, Pirates for their own 20-yard line.
Roberts, he's 49 of 86 on the year, just 359 yards, and they'll start it on the ground to Preston Godfrey. And Godfrey is he's their best athlete on offense. They started him at quarterback because they were a little QB challenge to start the year, and they said, hey, let's just get it in our best offensive player's hands, but they found out he's probably better at running back than a quarterback.
Yeah, not the biggest guy either, 5'7", 183.
I mean, they've only scored 8 offensive touchdowns in 6 games. This one quickly out on the far side and stepping out of bounds. Going to get the first down of the night is Brian Martin, the sophomore, his 11th catch on the season. And
Byron Martin on the pass reception.
Roof Doctor's first down. To see the starting lineup. So Robertson, the junior, Sanders Daniel there, he's kind of their another go-to guy. He's going to Harvard. We'll talk all about that. But Preston Gottfried is the guy on offense. Walker's big track star here at Fairhope, and they've had some injuries at the wide receiver position, but they do have Kane, returning starter on the offensive line, along with Noblet. And Gottfried penetration this time, and a good job by Robertson to keep it. Now a late pitch, able to get it back off, and Martin up the near side, and Martin's going to be close to another Fairhope first down, and he's going to have it up to the 46-yard line.
I guess he was still behind the line of scrimmage when he made that pitch, because he pitched it forward. Watch right here. A little unusual. You're seeing more of that, though, with the pass run option, and it turns into kind of like a triple option.
Yeah, Graham was coming in with immediate pressure on there, and Robertson with back-to-back first downs. And Martin comes on the left side. Now Martin's got some room, and he's going to get up near the midfield stripe.
Hey! Takes the handoff, goes around the left end.
You know, the tempo is a little more than I would have expected, but they're grinding it out a little bit as they hope to do.
Defense giving up 21.5 points a game. Graham is a disruptor on the left side. Durant fills up the middle, and now the tempo continuing on here is trying to push ahead, but nothing doing there. This Daphne defense, they were up 27-7 over Spanish Fort and lost 35-27, and that just was a game that they let get away, and I'm sure that's been gnawing at them for the past couple of weeks.
So they had a bye after that game, and we did that game. So not only was it a loss, a devastating loss, but they all knew they were on TV that night, and they simply let their guard down at halftime.
Yep, 3rd and 3. Late shift here, and Gottfried back in behind.
Gottfried bounces off
lunges
tackles
forward. He's going to be
on the left side, goes to the right,
very close.
Down at about the 46-yard line.
I think he's going to be just short. Going to bring up 4th and a decision here.
Wow, you can see what a combative runner he is.
Wow, actually, they gave him a really nice spot here on the near side. They give him the Roof Doctors first down.
Yeah, when I saw the replay, it was like, he's closer than I thought. And look at this, all bottled up. As almost always, Daphne's defense on your side of the ball. Gottfried finds a seam, gets a first down.
Yeah, that was Maddox Balius, the outside linebacker in there. 3 tackles for a loss. Was looking for number 4 on that one, but Gottfried able to break free and pick up the first down, the 3rd of this drive already. They go right back to him. Bounces to the outside inside the 40, and he'll get knocked out of bounds at the 35. I think that's going to be Thomas, actually. It's Desmond Thomas, the junior, his 31st touch of the season, and he's going to pick up another first down. Boy, this is going just right to the script Tim Carter would have loved to have started the game, right?
Yeah, and there was just a slip there, and then he lost containment on the outside for Daphne. That was Jace Gibson, their outside linebacker, and that allowed the play to get outside.
So 3 minutes and 15 seconds already consumed here on this drive. Martin again, and movement up front. Martin was pointing like it was Daphne that jumped offside.
Offside.
That defensive front's pretty aggressive, right?
Back wide up 5 yards.
They very likely could have been offside because of just the way they play.
Alan Duhan says that's the case.
You're almost always looking at the offense when you see a pre-snap penalty, but with Daphne, it's generally 50-50. They just play that aggressive, and their mindset is to not just strike the offensive lineman, but to get by him and disrupt in the backfield.
Yeah, their longest pass this year has been 13 yards, so they have not really put it down the field.
Kind of like do what you do.
Tad Mitchell checks in. He's a big, lengthy receiver in the slot here on 1st and 5. They keep it on the ground, and
Godfrey goes up the middle, gain of about 1.
Banging ahead, Godfrey, not much there to leave Graham.
The 2nd and 15.
Just a quick thought, Jim. You got to short down a distance right here. 2nd down. The field's going to become so much more condensed as you continue to, if you are able to move the chains on the ground. If you're going to take a shot, this might be the perfect spot, right?
Yeah, they've kept it on the ground for this drive here to start. Now just flip it out of the backfield, able to get that one off, and they're going to pick up another first down inside the 25, down to the 23 as Godfrey picks up his 18th catch of the year. You can see why they like the offense to go through this young man's hands.
Absolutely, and the defense was not really giving you the opportunity to throw it downfield. They were back deep. They were playing a double safety, and they weren't playing into it.
Now, they lost 21-17 to Foley last week, and this is where they had some trouble. They had a couple of drives stall out here inside the 20.
Yeah, it's bound to happen if you can't throw it as well.
That Daphne defense, Tyler Durant, he is a hole plugger, to say the least, in the middle of that defense. Comes over the stop.
Yeah, you're just running right at him. And again, look at the way they slant defensively, Jim. They don't just play straight up. They play to disrupt. And sometimes it puts them out of position, and you can break a long run.
Lambert helped crash down on that one there. And so the first time they go backwards here in 2nd and 11. Martin back in motion. Now they're going to flip it back off again and get this one in the hands of Adams. They bring him in from the defensive side, and he'll pick up a first down. It's 1st and goal. Pirates. They hadn't brought him in a lot this year on offense. Just his 3rd carry of the year. But he plows into the Dr. Pepper maroon zone in the lockdown corner. Gets him in a 1st and goal situation.
Maybe our man, Coach Carter, was waiting for TV to show up. But Adams, who, he thinks he's one of the best corners along the Gulf Coast, and look at him on offense, too. Really good athlete.
They've already eaten up almost half of this opening quarter.
Yeah, check, right? Check the box.
Now they'll spread things out here as Thomas is in the backfield, and they'll hand it to him. Thomas bounces, and this Daphne defense
Desmond Thomas on the carry.
Stiff there. Ballius,
behind the blocks of his left guard,
the first one there. So Spanish Fort got a victory last night. Impressive victory over McGill. Chase Smith, head coach of the Toros, watching Friday Night Rivals tonight. Just sent me a text up here to the booth. He's watching the game. He said he's going to grade you and I. I do not want to get called to the hill on Monday morning to break down the film necessarily, Coach Smith.
The video is going to come out with us running gassers.
2nd and goal from the 6. Looking to throw, rolling to the near side, has some time, flips it off to the corner. He's got it inside the pylon. Touchdown for the Fairhope Pirates. Sanders Daniel.
It's a do-everything guy, right?
2nd touchdown of the year. AM&S Calvert touchdown, and he's going to Harvard. But let's see if this one is coming back.
For the Pirates, Sanders Daniel on the pass reception and score.
I didn't see a flag come out, but it is right over there at the
numbers are hard for us to read.
far hash.
Far hash. Okay.
Alan Duhan.
Wow.
Chop block. Going low when you're engaged with someone there. Takes the touchdown off the board.
Oh, what a loss. What a loss. And that play happened pretty quickly, too. So,
boy, when you really struggle offensively, those are just killers, and takes you all the way back to the 21. So you have 2nd and goal
now from about the 21-yard line.
From the 21 as you look at Jackson Robertson there. Yeah.
Wipe the 6 off. Well-designed play. It was quick release. So the blockers were just trying to just quickly engage them, down low. But evidently there was one defensive player hit high and low.
Robertson with pressure coming from the backside, gets it out, and not going to be much of a gain there. As good closing coverage coming in to make the stop by Kamari and Pete, the linebacker, and
inside
maybe get 2. So now you got 3rd and goal from the 19.
From the 19 for the Pirates.
McKellar is a good kicker who is 5 for 6 on the year, along of 35 for the Pirates. But boy, you get down here, you feel like you gotta get 6, especially after you already punched it in.
Yeah, especially if you have a history this whole season of scoring points.
Daniels moves over to the left slot. Robertson steps up in the pocket, looking for the end zone, diving in and complete. Couldn't hold on as he tried to get it to Brian Martin, the sophomore.
Just incomplete.
Nice throw on the run there from Robertson.
I mean, out of nowhere, this is quite a play by the big quarterback. Watch him, the kid stretch. And yeah, he kind of had it for a moment. You can't blame him. That's a tough play.
Yep, so this will be a 35-yard attempt for Campbell McKellar, who's, as we said, 5 of 6 on the year. His long is 35. Robertson will hold. And he matches his season-long attempt. So they take up 7.5 minutes on the opening drive. They get the touchdown wiped out, but they come away with a field goal. Fairhope on top 3-0. 4:26 to go in the opening quarter. Four minutes, 26 seconds to go here. Opening quarter. Fairhope marches it down the field to have that touchdown taken off the board after the penalty, but they're able to still get 3. And you get that 15-yard penalty down there, get you all the way back outside the 21, changes things. So you're not happy you got 3 if you're Tim Carter there, but you are. But you got to feel like, okay, at least we came away with something.
Yeah, remember they get pushed all the way back after the touchdown, and the first play yielded them nothing. So it's really they were way behind the sticks. To have a kicker that confident with that big a leg, and you're able to leave with something.
Yep, and controlled the clock.
Yep.
Which is one of the things they wanted to do.
There's 7.5 minutes that the Daphne offense never saw the field.
Nope.
So just look at it like that. When if you have not seen Jamar Malone play yet, you soon will.
McKellar,
number 7, the quarterback.
Pooches one up to the 20. Taken there by Green. And he gets upended, pushed backwards all the way back to the 16.
Go backwards to about the 15-yard line.
So we will see Jamar Malone come out here at quarterback for this Daphne team. We're lucky enough to see him for the 3rd time this season. Impressive, transferred from Arizona and threw for 4,000 yards. Last year we talked about 44 touchdowns, rushed for almost 1,000 more, and he is electric to watch. 6'3", 205, also 3.9 grade point average. Drop that one in there for Malone as well. And Stan Brennan says he loves to look for Davis. And they'll come on the near side. R.J. Daly takes the little shovel, and he's up to about the 22-yard line.
Yeah, you're going to see a very skilled and well-taught quarterback.
Here's Malone at quarterback. Nick Clark, great back. He had over 1,000 yards last year as a junior. He's a big banging back. Gardner and Davis there. And, we also saw kind of a breakout game. Hayden McLaurin came in at tight end. Last week had 5 catches against Spanish Fort. And a big Cooper Donahue returning at left guard. Is that one over the middle, and Davis right on cue. Did he make the catch? He does, up to the 31. That's good for a Roof Doctors first down, and that's the 26th catch of the year for Davis. But they got Donahue back. He went out with a knee injury in that Spanish Fort game, first game back. Norris, Gearhart, Williams, and Harbin. Keep your eye on Ford. He moves really, really well. Gimmer in at linebacker along with Booth, their leading tackler, and Jensen. Adams, the lockdown corner who had the big play there on offense as well. Dixon Davis will also get after it in the secondary. And Malone looking to come to the near side, and that one broken up. Good work to get a hand on that one by Blake Westry, the junior. Has a Daly was who they were looking for there, and so easy to get your hand around and get that pass interference call there, but he got the hand in the passing lane to knock it away.
Yeah, Westry is known during the coaches' sessions for other teams, the other corner, because they're trying to stay away from Amir Adams, number 1.
Gardner comes in motion, and on the keeper, Malone, he'll pull it down himself, and Malone pulls through a handful of jersey, and he'll get about 7.
Brought down by his shirt tail.
Malone, as we said, rushed for almost 1,000 yards last year. He's rushed for 5 touchdowns and 233 yards already coming into this season.
Gain about 7. It'll be 3rd and 3.
I think it was a design play as much as it was just he made that decision to take off and try to get what he could.
Well, his decision making is usually pretty spot on. And 3rd and 3 coming up. Inside 3 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. WC Majors Field in Fairhope. 7A Region 1 matchup. Malone trouble with the snap, stays on his feet, still on his feet, scrambles ahead, and he's going to get the first down up to the 46. He's going to get 8, but it looked like it was going to be a loss of about 7 or 8.
Well, you could hear the groans on this side of the field. Get him, but, you know, it's easier said than done. This is a superb athlete.
Wasn't a bad snap, just went through his hands.
Yeah, he, you know, lost concentration there, but watch him fight his way downfield. That's just a really big, athletic kid.
This time he does give it to Clark, and Clark to the outside, and he's in to Pirate territory, and he's going to pick up 11 there on first down.
Yeah, if you'd rather not strike on defense, you don't want to play secondary against Nick Clark, because once he turns the corner, he's coming at you. And he's also got more wiggle this year. He dropped about 10 pounds from a year ago, so he's actually a quicker version of Nick Clark.
7 touchdowns already on the season. Malone looking for a shot to the near side. What a diving haul in there by R.J. Daly, the junior.
Daly inside the 15-yard line will be first down for the Trojans.
Picks up about 27.
Pre-game talk, we said each team's going to do it their way, right? And we're seeing exactly that here in these first 2 drives.
Up to the 15, and well, you just see the poise and the patience in the pocket.
He's got it
with Malone. Now they put Nick Clark out in the slot, and they go 5 wide. Malone looking for a crossing pattern, a little bobble there by Daly, and he's got it inside the 5. First and goal, Trojans here. Inside the Dr. Pepper maroon zone.
They might not have the same sort of variety of speed on the outside that we've seen in the past with them as far as number of receivers that can go get it, but you can see they're developing with this quarterback as the season goes along. They're dangerous.
First and goal, Clark out of the Wildcat formation, dances in, untouched for the Trojan touchdown. A&S Calvert touchdown, and Daphne answers back with an impressive drive of their own, much quicker.
Yeah, much quicker. Isn't that something? And
they'd take a little over 3 minutes off the clock, and
they're more pass and then run.
Yep.
As opposed to what Fairhope was doing and will do most of the night. Clark's a good player. He's a real good player.
8th touchdown of the year for Clark. Davis on to hold for the Valera PAT attempt here to try to make it a 7-3. Most kickers wearing 78. It's a very popular number among kickers these days, right? 7-3 now. Daphne, each team has scored on the opening possession. Just a little over a minute to go here in the opening quarter. 7A Region 1 battle here on the Eastern Shore tonight. We're in Fairhope. Daphne answers back with a touchdown. That Daphne touchdown brought to you by A&S Calvert. Innovations in steel, strengthened by people. Now hiring at AMSCalvertjobs.com. So Daphne answers back after the Fairhope field goal on the opening drive, and a 8th touchdown of the year for Nick Clark. And I think you mentioned there, Dan, you can just kind of see the difference of these two teams encapsulated in those opening drives.
In all caps, right? Yep. There it was. And Clark, we do think of Daphne as a throwing team for sure, but what a luxury to have Clark in the backfield. You're at the 5-yard line. He's going to get there. He's good.
And Valera with the big leg, and Martin goes into the end zone. So we'll start back out at the 20 again, but take another look at the touchdown here. They just
direct snap. You know, you bring the lineman around, and that's a Nick Clark touchdown.
Yep. You don't need much room for Clark, and he was untouched for the touchdown there. But I think if you're Fairhope, I think you're telling your offensive guys over there, hey, that was a great first drive. Keep doing what we're doing here. And if they can keep running it like that, they're going to have some shots to have some chances to take a few shots and throw the ball tonight.
Yeah, this quarterback showed us something too when he was throwing. That has not been their forte, but they just do their thing.
Like you said, that first drive was 7.5 minutes, so that was keeping the ball away from, as you can now see, a very dangerous Daphne offense.
Robertson, a little play fake. Now wants to go over the middle of the field. It was just behind his intended receiver, Brian Martin. They had a little something. But in that play fake, when you ran the ball as much as you did on that first drive, you got a chance to bite on that.
No doubt. And he let it go, too. Not a tentative throw. Just happened to be a little behind the receiver, but he had him.
I'd see.
Second and 10 for the Pirates.
Going back to a little more up-tempo here. Quick out to the near side, trying to get some space for Martin. And Martin grabbed and slung down there by Andre Houston, second leading tackler for this Daphne team. And
it'll be 3rd and 9 for the Pirates.
Now you got a third and long coming up here for the Pirates.
Boy, Houston's a good player, isn't he?
Boy,
every time we've watched him for a number of years.
There's that scoring drive for the Daphne Trojans. Finished off with a 2-yard run by Clark, and they took 3 minutes off the clock. Just needed 8 plays. And now 3rd and 9, which is where you don't want to be if you're Pirates. And that one thrown wide. And so that was like the opposite of the first drive. 2 incomplete passes and a very quick 3 and out.
Yeah, they got the ball with less than a minute and a half to go and didn't even make it to the end of the quarter. So the exact opposite of what they showed us on the first drive. And probably all started with first down. You know, if you have a high percentage in 3rd down, you probably did well in first down and got yourself in a position to convert.
Yeah, they had a chance there on that first down pass right across the middle.
Yep, good point.
Phillips to punt. Scoot Miles back. Great kick by Phillips. Miles also dropped back there with Hakeem Green, and Green going to give Daphne good field position. He's up around midfield.
Will be first down for the Trojans.
With 14 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Hey, do want to pass along. So 24 years, we've heard a lot of public address announcers.
Mike Westry makes the tackle for
heard
the
some good.
on that special
heard a lot, maybe not so great, but do want to just tip our cap. Mike Ball, the PA announcer here at Fairhope. He's great at what he does. He's always very welcoming to us and our entire crew here from Friday Night Rivals, but really, he's a pro on the mic over there.
Yeah, I agree. And not too much sauce in his delivery, you know?
Sometimes less is better. I'm just saying, right? You've made a living. Sometimes less is better.
Oh, absolutely.
The pitch. Clark takes it in. Clark inside the 45, and that will bring the quarter to a close. And Daphne with the the lead, and they'll have
makes the tackle. Will be 2nd and 3, and that will be
good field position, and that'll close out the opening quarter. So we said to start the broadcast, a couple of teams need a win here tonight. Fairhope's dropped 5 in a row. Daphne's lost 2 in a row. And right now it's the Trojans on top 7-3 through 1 here tonight at Fairhope.
To the 35-yard line. You can't miss all those guys walking out the field. They're all younger than me, but they all look very old from here.
It is Hall of Fame night here in Fairhope, and one of the honorees is the entire 1983-84 baseball team. They won back-to-back state championships here in Fairhope, and they've got all the young men back here tonight. Really cool and a great ceremony. They did a great job with it here at Fairhope with all the inductees, and we'll read them all off later in the broadcast here tonight.
Trying to fit them all in during the game, but a great job of putting all this together, but a lot to celebrate in Fairhope too, including state champions in '83 and '84 in baseball.
Yeah, Keith Powell's the head coach there. So we start the second. 2nd and 3. Willoughby in the backfield. They'll fake to him, and Malone rolls out. Pressure from the backside. Slippery again, and Malone's going to push forward. He's going to get to the first down with the forward progress there, but you can see, and he's not just the big arm, but physically he's big at 6'3", about 205, and he's tough to pull down.
Oh, he's a lot to handle. Very athletic. He's got enough speed for sure. He's nimble. Look at the quickness right there for a guy that big. Really good athlete, and he's probably been training to be a quarterback since 3rd grade. You know, I mean, really, those
at the
kids,
latest.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Brockton Norris had a chance at him there, but
these kids get their quarterback coaches and get going, like with David at QB Country.
Yeah,
and
David Morris,
get started early, yeah.
Malone again on the keeper, sets his feet, now looks to toss one up and incomplete. And there's a flag inside the 30.
The receiver obviously fell down around the 10-yard line, but he has a penalty flag at the 30.
He's trying to go back to McLaurin there. This one going to go against Daphne, maybe someone downfield. That play took a while to develop.
That's a good point. There we got it.
Yep.
And McLaurin's a kid who came out of nowhere the last game we had, right?
Five catches against Spanish Fort.
No big stats coming in and really showed up in that game, especially in the first half.
So it'll be a 1st and 15 for Kenny King and his crew here. Kenny King just 2 and 5 against Fairhope.
Bringing pressure right up the middle.
Clark in the backfield with Malone. Still plenty of time. Play clock just hit 10. Malone steps, fires, able to get it complete to Daly, who's got 15 and more. He's got the first down all the way up to the 20. He'll get 25 on this one.
RJ Daly on the pass.
Great hustle tackle there because Daly makes one quick move. Breaks a pair of ankles, and he looks like he's off down the sidelines.
But just like look at the footwork, you know, just everything's just in rhythm.
Yep, he's got it.
In the pocket for Malone. Again, offers from all over, a lot of them from out west where he, as a sophomore, led his team to a state championship.
He's legit.
They give it to Clark, and Clark will get maybe a yard or two. It really changed his team around. I mean, they were struggling at quarterback, and when he came here, really changed the face of this Daphne team.
Yeah, it really did. And you know, some players, you look at them and you say, well, the colleges they're projecting them to be this, they're projecting them to be that. You don't have to project much here. It's all right in front of your eyes.
And he's just a junior. He's going to get better as he gets more comfortable in this Daphne system.
Yeah.
Looks now over the middle, and this one picked off. Going up high and able to pull it down is Nolan Phillips, the 2-year starter at senior.
Nolan
goes up and
Phillips
climbs the ladder to take that one away at the 1-yard line.
I want to go home and watch that again. That was an incredible interception.
Watch here.
Phillips, reminiscent of a catch.
Goes up as again they looked
right at the goal line, out to the 1 will be first down. The Fairhope Pirates, what a beautiful
to
catch.
try to get that one right to the middle of the end zone. They were trying to get it to Scoop Miles, but Phillips, who's been a longtime starter in the secondary for this Fairhope team, has a forced fumble. Now he's got an interception to go with it.
My word, that was a play right there. Great play by Phillips. Now they're way backed up, and that's a problem. But if you can run it, you've got a path to get out of there.
Yeah, and this is where you see teams that are just always out of the shotgun. You start out so deep in your own end zone, inside give, and I think that's exactly what we're talking about. Going to get the nose of the football just across the goal line, but not much more.
No, and you're right, and it's especially dangerous against a team like Daphne because they do penetrate. That's their whole idea on defense is not to meet you at the line of scrimmage, but to slide by you. And here they come.
It was Graham.
You can run a triple option and have no options.
Boy, he did it. Not sure he got that ball out across the goal line there. His body certainly fell back deep. Now Robertson has time, looks on the right side, able to dump it out of the backfield. He's able to get that one off and complete, and that's to Daniel. Now there's a flag in the end zone, and let's figure out what this is, because this could be a safety.
If it's holding, it is a safety. If the holding occurred in the end zone.
Kind of an odd place for a hold where the flag came. The flag was way out wide.
Well, it might not have been a hold in the end zone. Let's watch.
So that was Sanders Daniel with he had the touchdown taken away.
Oh, it was a motion penalty.
Illegal shift.
Yeah. I don't know how you move that ball back anymore.
Yeah, right. Pick it up and set it down a half an inch back. Boy, that would have got him a little breathing room. And so dangerous to put the ball in the air here, too.
It was a good throw.
Ball sitting just beyond the goal line.
Robertson looking to run the same play, fires it up in that over the head of his intended receiver up the far side.
Out of bounds, incomplete.
And 3rd and long from
3rd down and 11.
Inside your own 1 coming up here. Going back to that interception by Phillips, man, that took a sure 6 off the board. Touchdown saving interception. You don't want to give it away. Give that right back to him here with something on 3rd and long.
It was, make no mistake, that might be a play we see next week at halftime as far as the better plays around the country.
Correct. A little. Okay, now they'll reset the play clock. They get a new ball in this side here. So 3rd and 11 and a hard count. Going to give them a little breathing room. Get it up to 3rd and 6 here as Daphne jumps offside for the 2nd time tonight.
Penalty flag on the play.
Eddie King never thinks about slowing these guys down, does he? But tempered a little bit, guys. No, he'd rather play this way.
5-yard penalty, putting the ball just beyond the 5-yard line. Will be 3rd down.
So they got to get it out to about the 11 for the 1st down here. They'll shift strong side of the near side toward us. Robertson in the end zone, pressure coming now. He's going to pull it down and try to get out the far side, and he is not going to escape this time. Going to be the safety as he tried to get around the far edge and just could not get away. Looked like he had kind of committed to run it and then maybe changed his mind here as the pressure was coming and up the right. He had to hop over his own lineman. That's what the problem was.
That's what it was right there. Kind of a jailbreak there for the Daphne defense.
Safety.
Trying to see who was in there and who was disrupting, and there was just too many numbers back there for him to deal with.
Yeah, he got tripped up over his own guy. Just so many things can go wrong when you're that far back, but they got it out to the 6. Now they'll have to kick it away. 9-3, Daphne on top. One of our beautiful Friday night settings we get to visit here during the season in Fairhope.
I don't think he can beat it. I mean, it really is, you know, it's a
see our light there right in the middle of this. They have plans to build a new press box. The Jim and Dan wing will be the big one extended on the far end, I would think.
Well, they better hustle because Dan's struggling.
And there's the pirate ship here that will, you know, they blow it after touchdowns. They pillage and they plunder, and even if you know it's coming, it'll make you jump. So after the safety, they kick off from their own 20, and so Scoot Miles takes it at the 26 for the Trojans, and with speed, he's already across the 40. He's out across midfield. Watch out. Inside the 30, Scoot Miles with one man to beat. Pulled down at the 8, make it the 7-yard line.
Miles,
but there is a penalty flag back at the 48.
Well, that's a long way back.
This one is coming back.
There's a flag at midfield.
Don't you love the nickname?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's given at birth, but that's all they call him is Scoot.
Yeah, that is a nickname. His given name is Jason. But he
can scoot.
Turned up the speed on the near side. And, you know, when the flag is thrown on the near side here, and the home team is the one. It's, you know, they were all over the officials making sure they saw. Let's see here. It's going to be right around midfield. It's looking for it.
Don't see it yet. Maybe in that pile up right there. That's probably there it was. Yeah, that's.
Yep.
I didn't see the violation, but at least we saw where
there was enough going on in that.
Yeah. You could imagine something happened.
Convergence of white and black uniforms. So Fairhope's defense got the turnover, and that time that's on both those drives. Daphne behind Jamar Malone has been able to move it down the field.
For the Daphne Trojans from their own 38-yard line.
We'll start this one at the 38. Malone reverses back, looking to throw over the middle and incomplete. Malone had gone all the way back to the 25.
Good work by that Fairhope defense, pressuring Malone and not allowing him to just set up camp and let it go.
Yeah.
Brockton Norton back there?
Yep, that's who it was. And then also got some help from Deshaun Williams on the chase. All right, maybe ineligible down here. We got a flag. Yep, ineligible. That's the second time against Daphne here.
Back to their 33
when you have a quarterback who could be that elusive in the backfield.
But you know, you got to watch your P's and Q's. It was not a run pass option, I don't believe.
Yeah, he was running, but just back.
So it'll be 1st and 15 for the Trojans.
So back to the 33. They'll stay at first down, strong to the near side, up to the 41, able to zip that one off and complete again to R.J. Daly, who's been his favorite receiver here tonight.
I'm trying to figure out exactly what makes Malone pop to me. He's a very confident thrower, right? I mean, it's very decisive. Just looks good.
It's the third time he's never rattled.
No.
2nd and 7 as they gobble 8 back there on the first down after the penalty. Now Clark will get more than that, and Nick Clark is going to have a first down up to the 42-yard line, and he'll pick up 17.
He's a great compliment to the throw game, right? Because he's almost always going to be positive yards, Jim. It might be 2, or it might be 12.
Yeah, huge hole to run over on that left side with Donahue back in the lineup for the Trojans. Up front, Michael Willoughby this time in the backfield with Malone, and Gardner comes in motion. They give it to Willoughby, and he falls down to about the 38. He'll get 4 on first down. So we're approaching 7.5 to go here in the opening quarter.
Makes the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Trojans.
Fairhope got a field goal on their first drive that took over 7.5 minutes off the clock. Then Daphne answered back with a touchdown and then a safety preceding this drive here. And
sandwiched in between a great interception too.
Yeah, saved the touchdown with the pick by Nolan Phillips.
Great play.
Malone delivers to the near side and had some pressure.
Pass is intended
coming
for
in.
Gardner, but incomplete.
Can't hit Gardner there. It'll bring up 3rd and 6 coming up for the Trojans.
3rd and 6 for the Trojans. Big 3rd down play for the Pirate defense.
Well, they go 5 wide a lot, don't they?
How they?
And they got a great back in Clark. Sometimes he's one of the variety of players out there.
And Malone can just pull it down on a quarterback draw too.
He could
hurt you that way.
Uh-oh, another flag.
Flag or a timeout?
I thought he dropped the flag here on the sideline, Jim. I could be wrong. Right at the 40. Let's see.
Yep. This one against Daphne.
More motion.
Make it a 3rd and 15. Good eyes there, Dan Brennan.
5-yard penalty against the Trojans brings it back.
About 11 to go now.
Yep.
To about the 43-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 11 for the Trojans.
And they'll stay at 5 wide here. No motion. Malone steps up, heaves it wide open as Davis, and he overshot him by 5 yards, or he's got a 43-yard pitch and catch.
Wow, I'd love to see an isolation on that. How Davis got so wide open.
4th down. Nice stand by the Pirate defense.
Wow.
But the penalty really hurt there on 3rd and 6. Let's watch here as Davis.
I mean, he is. I can't calculate how open he is.
Yeah, there's not a black jersey around him.
No.
So penalties really hurt him there. Take the big return back inside the 10, and then a couple as Valera gets off a angled punt to the near side, and then it goes off the hands of Martin. There's a penalty there picked up by Daphne, but I don't think this is. We got penalty. We're going to have a roughing the kicker penalty, and then we're going to have an interference
penalty flag at the end of the
call
play back
on
about the 40,
Martin trying to receive the catch. Yeah. But Valera went down. It took him a long time. Rugby-style kicker took him a long time, as it usually does, to get the kickoff, but then he got hit, and then Martin was interfered with when he tried to catch it down here.
Nobody was playing within the rules.
No, there was violations all over there, and Valera, the kicker, still down.
I don't know if it's different at the pro, college level, to high school, but what is the thought of rugby style kicker, because he's kind of on the move, like a, you know, is it penalized the same way?
Gives you, yeah. I guess you're, as long as you're not like. But I agree. It looks like are you trying to be a runner
right,
here?
Exactly.
So we got the roughing the kicker. Alan Duhon still not turned on the referee, and so those penalties will offset.
There'll be a different punter in the game. We know that much.
Yeah, this is Valera. I did see he gave a little, looked like he gave a little of the hang loose sign to the trainer down there. Let's watch here. Oh, the kickers sometimes they do want to make sure they draw the attention when there is some contact to the.
Well, let's see here.
So,
but there is a new punter.
Yes, Valera goes out.
Fourth down again for the Trojans, 5 yards closer.
So now into punt will be Isaac Johnson. He too is a rugby style and hangs this one more to the center of the field, and Martin takes this one back at the 15.
Now I know who he is. He's the little guy.
Yep.
Yep. We see him every game out there on the field.
Halfway through the second, 9-3. Daphne on top.
Dan Britton along with Jim Cox, and we have teamed up with Dr. Pepper and Coca-Cola Bottling Company United to bring you the ultimate high school football experience. You want to stay tuned for our Dr. Pepper one-of-a-kind player of the game and winner's belt. That drives them insane.
So spectacular.
Yeah.
I mean, it's there's rumors that it's made of ostrich skin. There's some it's got some gator pelt on there. There's just lots of it's a good looking belt.
Yeah, it is, and that presentation, of course, after the game.
Yeah, you've been right down there in the middle of it.
Oh,
yeah.
Right on the verge of
first down for the Pirates.
Popping a shoulder out.
At the 16. Oh, big penetration again by Houston.
Loss on the play. The second down for the Pirates. All after retiring from his baseball career.
Not much doing there on
volunteered at Central Alabama.
First down, maybe a couple before Houston
Coach Larry Thomas
got in there as a sophomore Martin. They like to get the ball in his.
In Ashland, nearby Ashland,
hands a bunch. You can see him.
As he continues to volunteer
offense, and this one before the snap.
To our last athletic inductee, Toby.
So it's got an update. UMS and BC Rain playing here. David Lott, the younger brother of Joe Lott, blocks a punt, recovers it for a touchdown, and UMS in that 5A Region 1 battle, leading BC Rain now 21-12. Spanish Fort with a big win over McGill last night, 41-19.
The second 13 for the
Citronelle
Pirates.
leads Williamson 7-0, 35-0 in the second quarter. Baldwin County trailing Saraland. Foley leads Bryant 14-0. T.R. Miller 28-0 over Escambia County. The big battle out in West Mobile tonight. Mary G on top of Baker 21-7 in the second quarter. Here, Robertson got hit in the head as he let that one go. That's going to be 15.
Yeah.
It's going to be incomplete.
That's going to extend this drive, though, when they look like they're in bad shape. Of course,
inside the 5-yard line.
less than 6 to go now, Jim.
Yeah, that was Lambert coming in, and he's disruptive. He's got 3 sacks on the year, and he got him up around the head, and it was 2nd and 13, and it's going to give him a first down here.
If they can find a little bit of that magic. Watch the hit here. Lambert's a lot to deal with, isn't he? Off the on the edge.
It was the right hand. Looks like he might have fought through a hold to get there too.
It will be a first down for the Fairhope Pirates. Ball
but if they can find a little of that magic in the first drive where they're able to run it so effectively.
Yep.
That's a half winds down. That would be exactly what Coach Carter's looking for.
Daphne will get the ball to start the second half, and Fairhope would love a drive that would eat up the rest of the second quarter and not give it to him again here in the second quarter. Not allow him to get that 2-for-1. Robertson with pressure coming. That one tipped up in the air and incomplete.
Robertson's pass is batted down.
Wow, Talib Graham was in there.
And how about how wide open? Watches it having trouble with these numbers here. It's right there, the number 3.
Yeah, that's.
And there was no one there.
Godfrey coming out of the backfield, and
Daphne did so much of that selling out.
And Graham just got the arm up to tip that one away on 2nd and 10, and now they're going to keep it in the air and go to the far side, and be completion to Tad Mitchell, the senior.
Right at the first down.
Pass is complete along the sideline to Tad Mitchell. That was pass from Robertson to Mitchell.
Going to be a couple short. They've kind of gotten a little bit away from the running game here the last couple of drives.
3rd down and 3.
Good block on the outside. You've got to have some good receiver blocking when you're basically allowing the passing game to be nothing more than an extension of the run game. In the run game, you have to have blocking, and on those quick passes, you need the same thing.
Up to the 36 on 3rd and 3 here for the Pirates, and Robertson saw the play clock was down dangerously close, so he calls for the timeout. So we'll take it with him. 5.5 to go. Big 3rd down coming up here in the second quarter. Daphne and Fairhope on Friday Night Rivals.
5 minutes remaining in the first half.
Since 2016, Andy Citron Injury Attorney is partnered with Friday Night Rivals, supporting student athletes and furthering education. Once again, Andy Citron's going to award a $5,000 scholarship to one of the scholastic athletes at the end of the year. Tonight's broadcast also brought to you by AMNS Calvert, innovations in steel, strengthened by people, now hiring at amnscalvertjobs.com.
So 5.5 to go in the second. Fairhope with a 3rd and 3 here, and they would love to convert this here to keep this drive going, keep that clock going, and keep the ball out of Daphne's hands. And Robertson has been under pressure a bunch here tonight. Now delayed handoff, and he can't get it off, drops it and falls on it.
Well, that looked wonky, huh?
And now you have to send out your punt team.
Oh, wow. There was.
Godfrey was not expecting that handoff at all.
Wrong page of the playbook right there. He's trying to hand it to a player who's looking to block.
So Miles will drop back to about the 30 to receive the punt from Phillips. Robertson came in, didn't start the year playing quarterback. They had some miscommunication there. Another good high kick by Phillips, but takes a Daphne bounce, and good field position for the Trojans up around the 41.
To about the 40-yard line.
A turnover and then a big stop on that last drive here by this Daphne defense, and that's what this Fairhope defense, and that's what we talked about. That's one thing they have done well here this year. They've played pretty good defense, and they knew that they're going to have to do that here tonight. As you see, Malone comes back out on the field with his Trojan teammates here. Inside 5 to go. Clark in the backfield. Daly comes in motion. We'll just give it to Clark, and Clark right up the middle, bangs ahead, and this one I think going to come back for a hold at the 42, going to wipe out a Roof Doctor's first down.
Yeah, Clark's been tough tonight. 5 rushes, 39 yards, and a touchdown to that point. Malone, pretty moderate game for him so far. I guess you would say he's 5 of 9. He's got the 1 pick, and he's 81 yards in total passing yards here in the first half for Malone.
LaFrosia guilty of the hold, and
penalties played a big role in slowing down and stalling out the Trojans.
Yeah, they were going to have 1st and goal inside at about the 7 after that return of the punt. After the or the kick after the safety with a hummingbird. Is that a hummingbird? It just flew right through a big moth.
It had quicks.
Yeah, right in our broadcast location here. So 1st and 20 at the 31. Malone sets up a little screen, able to get it off to Clark on the left side. Bounces off his own Trojan line mate. It's to about the 34.
You know, when you hit Clark, you know you've hit something, right?
Yeah.
It's like running into a post. Tough little player and a really good player.
Ball will be about the 34-yard line. It'll be marked. It'll be
gain just maybe 3 on that play.
Second down. Actually, a gain of a couple on the play. Give him credit for that.
Motion now. Donnelly. And
Clark again on the carry. He'll gain a couple of yards over his
just
left
past
guard.
the line of scrimmage. Not much there. And 3rd and long now coming up for the Trojans. Deshaun Williams, the big senior defensive tackle, in on the stop there for the Pirates.
Rock Gearhart makes the tackle.
The Daphne.
Timeout on the field.
Fairhope going to take a timeout here on 3rd and long with 3.5 to go in the second.
Thank, as we always do, Custom Millworks for their donation.
Well, Fairhope takes the timeout there after the stop on 2nd down, so it's 3rd and long.
We don't have it in the press box. It's in the Pirate closet.
Fairhope thinking, hey, we're not a quick strike offense, so if we get another stop here, Kenny King thinking on 3rd and 16, we gotta complete this.
If you can identify it as your lost phone,
got our Local 505 halftime show coming up. IBEW Local 505. Dan will be down there talking with some educators
for the Trojans
on the field. Catch up with Victoria, or the leading coach, as well as Malone on the scramble on 3rd and long, and he's going to get stopped.
Malone on the keeper down the sidelines.
He's going to be about 5 yards short.
It'll be a 4th down for the Trojans.
And do you think about going
Dallas Booth makes the
for this one here, Dan? No, it looks like they send the punt team right out.
Pirate closet, we want to let you know.
Yeah, he stayed in bounds, which was good on his part, actually, taking more time off that clock for the Fairhope offense.
That's all we ask.
And again, they can milk this clock a little bit.
Yeah, Varela back out there. He was
4th down for the Trojans.
Injured on that roughing the kicker call last time. Low snap. It was a good high kick, and Martin with a fair catch at the 20. So we're inside 3 minutes to go. Here, and Fairhope's offense has not really done much. They've been pinned back in their own end since that opening drive. They marched right down the field and had a touchdown taken off the board on a penalty and had to settle for a field goal. And
your right field position has not exactly been their friend here in the first half.
And they've also kind of gotten away from the run a bit here.
Agree. That was a run-first drive, their initial drive.
Robertson waits for the shift to complete here now. Brings Martin in motion. Give it off to Godfrey, and Preston Godfrey. Now we'll see if Daphne starts using their timeouts. Thinking maybe they could get it back. They've got their full complement. But they decide not to take one here on 1st down after the stop of just one. Bringing up 2nd and 9.
It'll be 2nd and
Godfrey's
9
a good enough player.
the
Hand it to him a few times and take your chances, because he's got the ability.
That was Preston Godfrey. Kind of hard to read, but doing our best as old people.
Play action. Robertson slips it out to the near side, able to get it off to Daniel, and Sanders Daniel is going to get close up near the sticks.
Sanders Daniel,
and I believe he's going to have it.
From Robertson.
Nice work on the screen there, and he's going to have the 1st down. Roof Doctors 1st down as they pick up 11.
I remember my freshman year at Harvard, and it was all so intimidating. If he wants to reach out to me.
If you're interested in helping the Spina Bifida
going to Harvard, going to play football up there. 4.4 GPA, 35 on the ACT.
Wow. They had 4 at Fairhope that aced it.
Inside give is Godfrey, and he's going to get this one for about 13 up to the 47 on the first down.
I appreciate that young guy making my point for me, but he's a good enough player. If you give it to him a few times, if you have enough time on that clock, and there's 1:45 left now, he can pick up some quick yards.
And now at least they've also given themselves a little breathing room. If you have to punt, you're not going to give Daphne great field position, but now they're thinking more here, but they're still not in a big hurry. They got one timeout left, a minute and a half to go here in the second. Pressure immediately on Robertson, and down he goes as he had no chance to get away from Kamari and Pete.
Taken down back at about the 41-yard line.
Yeah.
Second down.
That's what Daphne does so well and so often is they flip the script on you and they put you in negative
Timeout call by the Pirates.
down territory, and they just like to get across the line of scrimmage with numbers.
Yeah, Lambert was there quickly, and Pete, the linebacker, there to help finish him off, and Daphne takes, I should say Fairhope takes their last timeout here. Going to be second and about 17 coming up. Other games going on last night. Theodore with a shutout. We talked about Spanish Fort, the big win. St. Michael right out to a big lead at the half to get on top in that one. Get you some updates on these scores here. 14-0 Foley leads Bryant right now. 21-7. It's Mary G on top of Baker. Park Crossing and Davidson. Our old buddy Fred Riley getting inducted into the Davidson Hall of Fame.
Isn't that great?
Tonight, Mary Saraland with a big lead over Baldwin County. 35-0 was the last we saw. Now it's 42-0 in that one. Saraland continuing to steamroll their opponents.
Fred Riley, a really great coach and a really great friend.
Yep, big help to us for a lot of years. And now on 2nd and 17 coming up. St. Paul's on top of Robertsdale. Big, we said UMS with a 20-12 lead. Citronella on top of Williamson 7-0. Gulf Shores and Alberta tonight. LaFleur and Viger, Bayside and Orange Beach. T.R. Miller.
Second down for the Pirates.
Taking us Escambia County tonight. 2nd and 17. Robertson, middle of the field. There was some battling with Pete out there and Martin. And it goes incomplete. And now 3rd and 17. And now Daphne with 3 timeouts and a minute left. If you're the clock continued to run on that incomplete pass. So if you're Fairhope here, do you run it, Dan Brennan, to make Daphne burn one of their timeouts?
That's a good question. I don't like their chances of completing a pass
on 3rd and 17. Right.
Yeah.
So maybe you keep it on the ground so they have to use one, and nothing doing there as Jace Gibson is in immediately, and Daphne does take the timeout.
Getting a little groaning here on the home side, but when you break it down, they did what they had to do. Of course, there was a mugging at the line of scrimmage on that play, but they played the odds.
Yeah, 3rd and 17, not much going on there. More games, Jackson and Satsuma tonight. Mobile Christian and Cottage Hill Christian, Excel and Thomasville, Flomaton W.S. Neal, Hillcrest Evergreen, who Daphne will close the season out, taking on Monroe Academy, Fruitdale and Chickasaw, J.U. Blackshear and Clark County. Also tonight in Francis Marion and Washington County, McIntosh and Choctaw, J.F. Shields and Milry, and Leroy and Southern Choctaw.
Like to thank our
Here's a punt coming up with 4th and 17. And they go back on that loss of 7, Dan Brennan. So now you were thinking, all right, had it up around midfield, a chance to really not give Daphne great field position. Well, now you get driven back to the 40, and
our touchdown club, Alpha Urgent Care,
going to give Daphne a chance to get
Butler Homes, Cooper Fence Company,
good field.
Fairhope Title Services.
Good field position here after the punt. With Green and Miles back there. Phillips will stand at about the 25.
In our 1st and 10 club, State Farm Insurance, Rick Pfeiffer, and 3 Circle Church. 4th down, Pirates.
Phillips gets off a really good punt. This one will chase Green back to about the 13. Good work, ball comes loose. loose and recovered.
Nice
The
punt taken inside the
Trojans
5-yard
get
line.
it back
Ball
all the
goes
way back
around. Looks
inside
like
the 5 as
Trojans
Scoot
did make the
Miles.
recovery. It'll be first down
Good
for
awareness
Daphne.
there to get on that, but great coverage
Ball marking
downfield
out
by
their own 6-yard line with
Fairhope
under
a
a
chance to
minute
flip the
remaining.
field.
Yeah, let's start with the punt. Great punt. As good a punt as we've seen on this night. And then Scoots right on the Johnny on the spot there.
Yeah, it totally changes around the latter part of the second quarter here as Thomas was down there on the coverage to knock it loose, but Miles able to get it. Now if you're Daphne, you think, okay, now we got to be a little careful here, pinned back inside our own 10. Malone just gives it off to Clark, and Clark right up the middle. And Nick Clark has got a first down to the 21 as he picks up 15.
To about the 21-yard line. It'll be first down for the Trojans.
Roof Doctor's first down, and
Dixon Davis makes the
Daphne not
tackle.
in a super huge
Clock runs.
hurry here. Malone looks near side, able to get that one complete, and he's got it off to
Pass is complete.
Gardner up to about the 29, maybe the 30, and we'll see if Daphne takes
First down.
the
Market action right at the 30.
timeout. So actually,
Dallas Booth makes the tackle.
they will take their second timeout.
Timeout on the field.
I'm going to have 2nd and 1 coming up out of the break here, and Daphne with just one remaining timeout. Coming up next, it's the IBEW, or as most people pronounce it, the IBEW Local 505 halftime show. Dan Brennan has made his way down to the field here. He'll catch up with Kenny King, barring any last-minute fireworks here or cannon fodder on the near side for Fairhope, if you will. Daphne with a chance to take the lead into the halftime break on top 9-3, and they got 2nd and 1 coming up here. Ball up at the 30, and Daphne will get the ball to start the second half. As well as Coach King looks on. They're trying to snap a 2-game skid. Losses to Baker, and then they lost to Spanish Fort 2 weeks ago. They had their open week last week. And Maloney's got Willoughby in the backfield. Malone looking near sidelines, fires it out, and C.J. Gardner with a catch. He's going to have the Roof Doctor first down up to the 39 and gets out of bounds, and that'll stop the clock as Westry was there to knock him out, but good for the first down, and the clock continued to run. I have to reset the clock because it went all the way down to 8 seconds. The clock, and Daphne takes their last time out. Huh. Well, the clock should have been stopped there, but it doesn't stop, and it continued to run all the way down to 8 seconds. So that forced Daphne to burn their final timeout. And now, well, you'd have to get, I think Alan Duhan going to go over and get with Kenny King. I think they're going to want to try to put some time back on the clock. But even Kenny King says, hey, that's going to be great, but you still made me burn my last timeout. I think that's a bit of a bemused smile from Coach King at that point. And looks like they're going to just keep it at 8.1 seconds. So
first down for the Trojans. 8 seconds remaining in the first half.
Malone fires, and Davis slides, and he makes the catch. It's going to be good for the first down, and they'll stop the clock momentarily to get the chains reset, but it had run all the way down to 0.2 0.6 of a second, and then that will just close out
And that'll be that for
the first half. That was a little discombobulated there at the end of
from our two bands, and then our
the half, but Daphne will take the lead at 9-3 into the break as we wait for Dan Brennan to make his way all the way across the field to intercept Coach Kenny King over on the far sidelines. And
You got the
let's go
lead.
down
It's
to
a
Dan,
tight
Coach
game.
King.
How do you keep the lead?
Just continue working, man. We got to stop our mistakes. Again, a lot of things is going on out here, but at the end of the day, we got to do what we're supposed to do. I'm going to go ahead and talk to our guys about continue playing hard, fighting to the end, and hopefully we can get out here with a victory.
What did your team do well in the first half?
I thought we started off pretty good. In the second half, a lot of penalties. A lot of penalties back to back that's kicking us behind the stick. So at the end of the day, I am proud of the defense. Defense have been bending but not breaking. But you know, at the end of the day, man, we got to go out here and find a way to win.
Got you, Coach. Go see your team. Thank you.
9-3 here, our halftime score. Friday Night Rivals brought to you by Dr. Pepper's tonight in Fairhope.
Daphne leads at the half, 9-3, and we've got Rachel Jablonski. She is the cheer coach and math teacher as well. I'd have flunked. She's at Daphne High School. Good to have you along. We're going to struggle a little bit because the Daphne band is behind us, and they're massive.
They're so huge. They're amazing. We travel with our band when we come to away games, and they have 6 buses. And so I just kind of get in there and ride with them, and thankfully they let us go with them. But they are amazing.
You're now one of the bus drivers?
I am. I actually got a CDL this summer, and so I drive the cheer team, and tonight the dance team as well.
Talk about the cheer team and competitions. They don't just cheer at games, they also compete.
We do. We actually have a competition team, and we have some competitions coming up in November in Mobile, and Daphne and Fairhope both will be there competing.
I think people are sports fans underestimate the athleticism of those. A lot of them come from a gymnast background.
They do. We do tumbling, we do stunts. These girls are lifting, 100+ pound girls in the air, and then they're twisting and turning and doing all kinds of crazy things, and they are simply amazing.
Okay. Anything else good going on at Daphne High School you'd like to highlight how the kids in class treating you?
Oh, they're awesome. I teach finance, and so connecting math to the real world with kids is just amazing. They're like, oh, we actually get to use this in life, so it's fun.
Yeah, I'm on the board of Junior Achievement, and we do the kind of things going into schools, trying to connect those skills to real life. So congratulations to you, and thank you for stopping by tonight.
Thank you. Go Trojans.
There you go.
The best Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals highlights from across the country.
Quick pitch and catch. Eludes one defender, 2, 3, 4. Great job there by LaMichael Mitchell, and he's still on his feet. LaMichael Mitchell, great play by Mitchell, and he's going to carry the rest of Beebout into the red zone and close to a touchdown.
Miller, end zone. This might be it. Caught! Touchdown! Ethan Driver. Are you kidding me?
Rejoining you live on Comets. Handoff goes up the middle to Dino Burke, and he breaks the tackle. There he goes. Dino Burke 30, Dino Burke 40. Changing direction, has a lot of room in front of him. There he goes. 30, 25, 20. Dino Burke, 97 yards.
Down to last touch. Spartanburg would like a little breathing room, but a Gaffney pick will turn that aside. Here comes Andrew Root, who's done a little bit of everything defensively for Gaffney tonight. They've set up a wall, and he's going to take it all the way inside the Spartanburg 10-yard line.
And they kick it directly to Trevor Pike from his own 20. And Pike is on the run. Pike eludes one defender, and he's still on his feet. Clock runs out, but he's still running, and he's still running. Here comes Trevor Pike. 30, 20, 10 into the end zone. Touchdown!
Friday Night Rivals brought to you by Dr. Pepper. Tonight we're here in Fairhope. Daphne and Fairhope 7A Region 1 matchup. Daphne with the lead by a score of 9-3. They've scored 9 unanswered, a touchdown, extra point, and a safety. is how we got here after Fairhope scored a field goal on their opening drive. You see what Daphne has done. They beat Murphy to start, and then really, offensively, really kind of struggling to start, and then struggled against Carver Montgomery, and then late in the second half, in came Jamar Malone, and then things certainly started to change around, especially offensively for Daphne. You see the big numbers they've been putting up. They beat Bryant 49-35, a game that was here on Friday Night Rivals, then beat Davidson 56-14. Lost to an undefeated, currently Baker team, 33-20, and then the one that they just really still got to be kicking themselves for, the loss to Spanish Fort, 35-27. They were up 27-7 at the half in that game, and then it was Spanish Fort who reeled off 28 in a row to beat them. Tonight they take on Fairhope. Then they got a matchup against Mary G, who is also unbeaten, playing the unbeaten Baker Hornets out in West Mobile tonight, and they take on Foley and Hillcrest Evergreen to round things out. Daphne 3-3, 2-1 in the region coming into tonight's game. And then you look at what Fairhope has done. Not the impressive victory. Came from behind, shut out Spanish Fort in the second half, and won by a score of 17-14. Then took on a couple of teams who are really loaded. Choctaw and Pensacola Catholic, both really good teams. Then they held Mary G to a 24-10 game, and Mary G's not been in a lot of close games this year. And then Davidson came out in the single wing. They weren't expecting that, probably didn't do much adjusting well in that game. And then a game they felt they really had a good chance to win last week against Foley, lost 21-17. Tonight, Daphne, they got Bryant, Baker, and Briarwood to close things out here. But I would say, so far, their defense has been as billed here tonight in the first half, Dan.
Yeah, and I don't know if you caught Kenny's comments at halftime.
Yep.
Without any explanation, Jimmy said there's been a lot going on out here.
Yeah,
I didn't know quite how to interpret that.
I was wondering the same thing, like what he was talking about. 7A Region 1 standings. We see there's kind of a line of demarcation after the top two teams in the region. You got Mary G and Baker. They're playing tonight. The Battle of West Mobile. As much energy as a game has been in Sims in a long time.
Maybe forever.
Yeah, and so thinking back to our old Scott Leslie days when he was the coach of Mary G. Mary G and Satsuma, the first game we ever did on TV together. Remember that, Dan Brennan?
I do remember that.
Satsuma. Yeah. Ron Lee and Coach Leslie. Then you have Daphne, Foley, Davidson, Fairhope, and Bryant. So 4 of these 7 teams going to get in the playoffs, and you're just going to see everybody's kind of going to be mashed up there after those top 2 teams. And the 7A or Region 1 7A poll in the state, Central Phoenix City 6-0, Thompson 5-1, Auburn 6-1. Then Mary G, if they get a win, depending on what happens above them, they might move up as more. Vestavia Hills, Enterprise, Baker, Hewitt, Trustville, Dothan, and Sparkman round out the top 10 here in 7A.
And Dothan, the one team that laid it on Baker, they've also got they've got an offense that you've really got to prepare for defensively. I think it threw Baker off their game a little bit, but that's their one loss. So both top 10 teams.
Got a score was coming into it, 34-22. I don't know. So anyway, there's our polls in the. Hewitt, as I get yelled at, Hewitt Trustville leads Vestavia 34-20. Nobody else knew that except for it's coming in my ear. So we'll take a break here. It is halftime, 9-3. I do know what the score is and who's playing who here tonight.
The police are about to show up at this wreck.
Fairhope trails Daphne here at WC Major Field. Friday Night Rivals brought to you by Dr. Pepper.
The following segment is sponsored by Dr. Pepper.
Well, if I could go back and tell my younger self things that I would have liked to have been prepared for that catapulted me in my career, and then just pull on some of my experiences playing team sports in school, is being involved in that team aspect, but also the forethought of I can be successful in what I do. I think as you're starting out of the youth, or for me personally, I set a lot of limitations upon myself on what I thought I could do or what I could not do. And those are some of the roadblocks that I would tell young youth today, is that the sky is the limit. Don't limit yourself. Go out into the world. Be ready to conquer everything that you do. And who knows, I mean, I've been able to be successful doing that, and I think that may have handicapped me a little bit early in my career that I couldn't go do these bigger jobs or these bigger roles, and I fooled them. Here I am.
See our halftime score, Daphne with the lead, 9-3. Take a look at our first half highlights here as Fairhope got the opening drive and then marched it all the way down the field. They had a touchdown taken off the board on a penalty, so they end up with a 35-yard field goal. Shot through the heart right there of Daphne with Campbell McClellar, and then Daphne answers right back. Nick Clark with a 3-yard touchdown run there to put the Trojans on top 7-3, and then Daphne looked like they were going to build on that lead, but Nolan Phillips goes up and comes up with an interception, but then you're pinned back deep in your own end zone, and sometimes that bag trip over your own offensive lineman ends up in a safety, and that's what wrapped up the first half here as, after that first drive, Daphne had it for 7 minutes plus on that opening drive, and then they only had it a couple of minutes the rest of the way. It's been all Daphne.
Yeah, you're right. Fairhope really performed very well in that first drive. The one thing that it just feels like, and even there was an example of that. Daphne was this close a couple of times, including Davis getting wide open down the middle of the field. Could have been a very easy touchdown.
Had that kick return after the safety was going to give them 1st and goal at the 7.
Exactly. So that gets flagged at the midfield. They end up with their own 40. So they just were inefficient because of penalties and mistakes. And so they only had 9 points.
Step forward if you don't mind. It looks
so
like
halftime each week we take a look at our Scholastic Athletes of the Week, and that's no different this week. And Dan Brennan will tell you about our Scholastic Athletes, starting with Daphne.
Yeah, thank you very much to Andy Citron Injury Attorneys. Lucy McCoy, Daphne High School, 12th grader, GPA 4.0. She's a volleyball player. She's the team co-captain, by the way. Her honors include DHS Student Government, NHS, created Breaking the Stigma, active member of Coastal Church, plans to major in criminology or forensics. If you're a bad guy, she's going to catch you.
And she's real smart.
Real smart. Don't commit a crime on her watch. Congratulations to Lucy McCoy of Daphne High School.
1983 and 84 state championship baseball teams. Our associates tonight, Dr.
I was just going to throw a flag on the whole thing if this wasn't our Scholastic athlete from Fairhope.
Yeah, well, he's a football player. We've talked about the fact that he's going to Harvard. He's a 12th grader. His name is Sanders Daniel. 4.45 GPA. ACT just missed being one of those Fairhope students with a perfect one.
Thank you very much.
He plays football and basketball. He will play football at Harvard. Football captain, all-county fullback. SGA, NHS, Mu Alpha Theta, Spanish Honor Society, Eastern Shore. This is the kind of resume that gets you in Harvard, by the way.
Yeah. I just watched. It didn't help the girl in suits get in. I just watched that recently. But the Virginia Junior, the book award. So anyway, what a Sanders Daniel. He's a commended student for the National Honor Society as well. I was reading about that. So yeah, he's going to Harvard, going to play at Harvard, and congratulations to him. Hey, do you want to also, speaking of congratulations,
now we're going to do something
it is
You've seen it on
Hall
TV.
of Fame night as they are entering the this year's Hall of Fame inductees into the Hall of Fame this year, and our Athletic Hall of Fame got Nate Andrews. Of course, he was great here, had 7 touchdowns in one game. All-state junior and senior year, graduated in 2013, went to Florida State, won a national championship there.
Yes, he
was
did.
All ACC there. Also, Megan Dowdy Curry, she played basketball and softball. She was great here. Then she went to Samford. She's already in the Samford Hall of Fame, and now she's in the Fairhope Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Stu Fuller was the baseball coach. Stu Fuller, the baseball coach that won those back-to-back. He was the baseball coach here from 99 to 2000, won 565 games. Hannah Legg, she was a swimmer here, first swimmer inducted in the Hall of Fame. Toby Thomas was the star of Coach Fuller's baseball teams, and went and got drafted by the White Sox, and then the entire 83-84 baseball team we talked about. And then Gray Adams, she started playing softball when she was in 7th grade at Fairhope. Her career ERA, .90, 1,194 strikeouts, and a winning percentage of .750. So Gray Adams and all those other entrants into the Hall of Fame. And we had a couple of other associate members going in. Dr. Eubanks, he retired from Bayside Orthopedics, and also Carlos Yelding. So congratulations to all of them, honorees in the big Hall of Fame class here tonight in Fairhope. What a night they got going on here in Fairhope.
And it's being orchestrated so well, really, really well. Nate Andrews, of course, we remember him so well, and a really excellent player with Florida State.
7 TDs in one game.
Yep.
Here at Fairhope. And then, of course, it's a spina bifida awareness game here tonight as well.
Yeah, it is, and that's why they had a big crowd of folks down at the far end of the stadium, and that was all for Spina Bifida Awareness Night.
Yeah, there we go, and everybody's wearing yellow here, including the student section.
Yeah.
And this is the 10th time they've done this.
Yeah, families of spina bifida sufferers and other special needs too are on the field. There were doctors, physical therapists, and just wanted to say job well done for the 10th consecutive year for all raising money for the fight against spina bifida.
All right. Fairhope with a short kick taken by John Davis on the far side, and Davis comes all the way to the near side now, and he's going to get big hit right on the Fairhope sidelines at about the 25.
Right on the chops.
Whew. That was a Hall of Fame level hit on the near side.
Creel won the Community
Let's watch
Bank
coming right.
Challenge. We'd like to thank Community Bank for sponsoring this fun event.
Living room
Maybe
here.
We'll see it again in future games. Speaking of games, we are
We
underway.
like Davis a lot. We highlighted him before the game. He's a competitor, quick wide receiver who should have had a touchdown in the first half, just well overthrown
Okay, here are
by
our raffle
Malone.
winners tonight.
He was almost so open,
Hyman,
Malone couldn't believe it.
Sharon Brown.
Kenny King was
Susan
a little
Parnell.
just seemed like there was some
first
things
name
maybe we
Grayson.
weren't aware of. That it was
Another
just
first name Ernest.
it wasn't his normal demeanor. when he was
No,
talking
and
to
you know, I think I was down on the field, and the clock went from 32 seconds to 8.
Yep.
After past it, I thought the runner got out of bounds, and I guess that was
First
maybe
down
part of
his
it,
main
yeah.
contention.
Trojans are out to about the 38-yard
Yeah.
line.
So when you're on the field, you're not privy to much, and you're just thinking, well, what happened there? And even there was comments on the Fairhope side like, well, those seconds went off pretty quickly.
Yeah, and then Daphne had to use their last timeout, so then they
Once
couldn't.
again, Bonnie Hyman, Sharon
couldn't take a
Brown,
shot
Susan
downfield like they wanted to. It was Clark gets 8 on first down here to start the third.
Ernest, you're the winner of
Jim
the
Cox, Dan
raffle.
Brennan, we're at
You
WC
will
Majors
receive a
Field
text
in
for the silent auction item. So if
Fairhope.
you purchased or made a bid on the silent auction item tonight, you will receive
How about
a
that
text
Daphne band?
directly
Holy
from
cow.
Spina Bifida organization telling you what you won.
It looked
or
like
if
an
you have
invasion
won.
when they were
And
coming across the
congratulations
field.
to all of you tonight. We broke our goal. We exceeded our
They're gonna
goal
give
of $10,000.
Clark enough actually for the
Raised
first down there.
Spina Bifida awareness campaign.
And I'll give it right back to him, and he's going
Thanks
to be up
everyone
close
for hitting that goal of
again.
$10,000. What a great
He's going to get
night.
11, and will
Nick
have
Clark
back-to-back
on the run out
first
to midfield.
downs.
Yeah, well, you wonder if this is part of Kenny's mantra at halftime. Let's go ahead. Look, as they did some nice things in the pass game, but the fact is they only had one offensive touchdown in the first half.
And we see a little more up-tempo here,
and up-tempo causes that.
Maybe too much of that is penalties.
Okay,
Definitely
we have
hurt
penalty
Daphne
on
in
the
that
play. We also have
first
a
half.
split
They really did cripple them. I mean, that offense, anytime you thought they had something going, just find the flag, and it'd be there.
Back him up to the 45.
We're going to pause on that ticket winner and get the graphics ready for you. After the penalty, be first and 15 for the Trojans.
Donnelly split out to the bottom of your screen, 3 to the top. Malone looks for Davis, and Davis hauls it in at the 39.
That's why he loves Davis.
Yep.
You know, you see him adjust on the ball, Jim. I mean, he knows when he throws it in the direction of 14, more than likely, this kid's going to make. He's going to make the play.
Yeah, it was a 16-yard pickup here.
Not an easy catch.
And to get your feet down with the defender coming right on top of you there, and he does that. And quickly, Daphne is now at the 39, and they'll move Davis into the slot. But they'll go to Clark, and this time the
Clark on the carry inside the 40.
Fairhope defense blows in to stop that one there. Dallas Booth, linebacker, came up on the blitz there and
was
able to stop that one for
second down.
no gain.
What a great venue to watch a game, and for our purposes to broadcast a game over here at Fairhope. It really is. It's awesome.
Not on the campus of Fairhope High School, right off of Highway 98. Malone steps up, gets that one complete, and Davis is going to have another first down.
Pass is complete.
So he'll pick up
Davis.
12 on this one, and they'll move the chains again. And
26-yard line.
you can kind of see when this offense gets in a rhythm.
Tackle, but it is a first down for the Trojans.
They just haven't finished tonight. Not enough. Nick Clark, the one touchdown for them after a long drive. He ran it in.
And up to the 26, knocking on the Dr. Pepper maroon zone.
You have to have special clearance, don't you?
Daly in motion. He takes it on the pitch. And R.J. Daly gets out to the far side and lost his helmet.
Pitch from Malone to Daly, goes to the sidelines. Gain a yard or two.
So he'll have to come out for a play. I'm still worried about going back to halftime. I know Chase Smith's going to be breaking down the film, and I'm getting yelled at by our director, and Chase Smith's going to wonder why I didn't handle that. Monday's going to be film session's going to be tough on Monday.
You know, I'm bailing on that one. I'm going to say, Chase, I know exactly what you're saying. I don't understand either. It's all about composure.
Still yet to mark the ball.
So no gain. 2nd and 10. Oh, now this is going to be a flag. Was it a face mask that
lost his helmet? Apparently,
brought the helmet off?
Down inside the Pirate.
Oh boy, just he got him at the
line. Will be first down.
Boy, you know, he never touched the face mask. It was just right off the back of the great look by our crew here. The face mask was never touched. It was just off the, like in the old hockey days when you pull the jersey over the head if you were getting into the fisticuff. It's just pulled the helmet right over his head. The Trojans on the march.
Emphatically.
Clark fumbles down to about the 10.
Carey goes to his sideline.
2nd about 7 coming up.
Gain of about 3.
Almost 4 minutes off this 3rd period clock right now. Nice drive, effective drive, and of course Kenny saying I don't want to hear a word until we get in the end zone.
Patrick Harmon.
Yeah, they were down here, and Phillips had the interception.
Yep, that's right.
Mary G still leads Baker 21-7 out in Sims tonight.
It's been the same score in a long time.
Malone fakes the give, now looks for the corner of the end zone for Daly, and he just can't complete it. Daly had a step back there. His pass was maybe a touch high, but
yeah, I think it was, but
he's third down.
He could throw it out of bounds and look great doing it, but yeah, he just misses Daly back of the end zone.
So 3rd and 8 here. Malone, hard count. He thought he got him to jump offside, and there were no flag thrown. Now the play clock is under 5. They're going to have to hurry to get the snap off, and they'll have to get reset. He gets it off inside of 1, and he's going to pull it down and take off himself. And Malone gets slung down hard, and flags come in all over.
Multiple flags.
And that one
while they sort that out,
looked like it could have been a face mask or a horse collar of some type, but it's going to be 1st and goal for Daphne.
Yeah, when he went down, he turned all the way around. So if we get a chance to look, we'll see.
And two round trip flights.
He was convinced
Airlines out of Mobile
that he had drawn Fairhope offside.
2 round trip
it's a face mask.
Round trip tickets plus
Kenny King remaining agitated on the far sideline. Let's watch this again here. See if they what they grab. If they grab, body spins all the way around. Looks more like shoulder up around the shoulder.
Yeah, I think he had his hand on the face mask there.
Oh, he did?
Yep.
Okay.
Malone gives it to Clark, and Clark pushes on the left side, and he gets inside the 1.
Near the goal line.
It's almost a surprise when Clark doesn't get in.
Yeah, and the Daphne offensive line was saying, no, our teammate got in. The officials say no, and the officials now telling the Daphne coaches to get back in their coaching box, and they go under center, and they want to go with the quarterback sneak, and Malone is in for the touchdown. Lined up quickly, and Malone able to punch that one in. And an A&M Calvert touchdown for the Trojans, who take 5 minutes and 40 seconds off the clock to start the third quarter.
Well, when Malone lines up under center at the goal line, there's no trickery coming. You know exactly what it is.
Trojans.
Big, strong quarterback's just going to try to lean in there, and that's exactly what he does. And that's only the second touchdown of the game for the Daphne offense.
Sixth rushing touchdown of the year for Malone. And A&M Calvert touchdown. A&M Calvert. Innovations in steel strengthened by people. They're now hiring at amscalvertjobs.com.
We have a winner to split the pot thanks to everyone who participated.
Hope I don't have to
tonight.
apply after the Monday morning film session up at
Thanks to Velo
north part of the county here.
Chase usually keeps his cool, but what I saw in the first half, I don't know.
Varela sneaks in the PAT, and Daphne now on top by a score of 16-3, approaching the halfway point of the third here on Friday Night Rivals, brought to you by Dr. Pepper.
We're very proud of that at Fairhope High School.
Coach Kenny King has to be pleased with that opening drive to come out here in the second half and march down the field and punch it in with a touchdown with Jamar Malone.
Yeah, I mean, it was exactly what was ailing them, right? Take the ball, take away nearly a half of the period, and score at the end. And Kenny is still,
We appreciate you all so much.
I don't know, he's feeling like he's boxed in a little bit by circumstances. It may have to do with the referees. I'm not sure. Frustrated. Even with the lead, he seems frustrated.
Varela with another big kick. This one will come all the way back to the 1 and right up the middle, and quickly having things closed down on him was Preston Godfrey. We really hadn't called his name all that much after that opening drive.
No, and he did some good things. His numbers were not overwhelming. Godfrey on the evening, 9 rushes, 21 yards, but he shows flashes. So it's a matter of let him touch it enough where he can do some good things. Just give yourself the odds.
So 28-14 now, Mary G on top of Baker. How about BC Rain leads UMS 25-21? That's a 5A Region 1 matchup that could have some playoff implications. Good work there by Lambert blowing through. And many times we've done Daphne games over the past couple of seasons, we've said that same thing.
Lambert makes the tackle, but there is a penalty flag.
Yeah, listen, the flag came in very late, Jim. So
maybe a face mask here. Alan Duhan. Yep. 15 yards right at the end of it.
Was so disruptive.
Oh, I guess right at the beginning of it, yeah. Lambert.
Yeah, I don't know. We
After
missed
the
that.
personal foul penalty, 15 yards. It's first down for Fairhope Pirates from their own 44-yard
Move it up to the 44.
Gets them out of the shadows, gets them a chance to run anything in the playbook.
Robertson brings Godfrey in motion, then dumps it out to the near side to Martin, and you can see the sophomore speediness there, and he's still on his feet inside the 40, and he's going to have a first down.
Out to
I like that play design. Bring Godfrey in motion in front of him. Kind of distracted everybody from Martin.
That was that, yeah, because Godfrey's the guy, right? And he gets it out quick too. I really like the action of the quarterback right there. You wait a half a second,
tackle for the Trojans.
You've got less of an opportunity to bust that loose.
Brian Martin, just a sophomore.
Yeah.
He's up to the 38.
Good looking young player, huh?
Yep. Good double tight ends here for the Pirates, and they give it to Martin, and it gets strung around the right side. Just kept trying to go east and west, and And you had
Messages from
Andre
the Pirate
Houston.
Closet that the cowbells are hot, that you want to come take advantage of that tonight. They are for sale.
Strung that one along and
Cowbells with
lost a
handles
yard on the play.
for
Tough
the
to go
Pirates.
east and west against this Daphne defense.
It's also tough to do anything that keeps you in the backfield a long time. That's why these quick throws are the potion against this defense. If you're trying to, and fake end around all that mess where you're trying to get downfield, this defense is in your face before you know it.
Tad Mitchell with the reception there, but not much doing. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 10. So we're halfway through.
Sanders Daniel on that last pass reception.
The 3rd.
Back to the line of scrimmage.
Fairhope is well coached. Make no mistake about that.
Yep. Tim Carter's 9th season here at Fairhope. Pressure coming. Robertson hangs in there, dumps it to the near side. He's able to get it complete off to Mitchell again, but it's going to be short of the first down.
Tad Mitchell on the pass reception from Robertson.
Now if you're
Watch this. This is a really good throw. He's got pressure in his face. He's throwing it across the field.
Yeah, Durant coming in on you.
And he puts it right on the money. Great throw. Wow.
So 4th and 5 from the 33.
You play field position, or do you go for it?
I think you're going to have to get 7 at some point in this game.
Yeah. Haven't spent a whole lot of time on this side of the 50.
Nope. Play clock inside 5. Robertson going to have to hurry down inside 1, and Fairhope's going to have to take a timeout.
Yeah, playing with fire right there. Had no choice but to call that timeout. Coaches on the sideline made that decision.
Now called by the Pirates.
And you can see right there, young quarterback saying, I know.
Always like to thank the guys.
We'll take it with him. Come back here. 4th down coming up inside 6 to go in the 3rd on Friday Night Rivals.
Scott Berry, Cecil Christenberry. You want to go pick that up?
Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Mobile County Sheriff's Office. Provides a challenging and interesting job opportunity. You can join Team Sheriff today at teamsheriff.org. Also tonight's broadcast brought to you by AMNS Calvert, Innovations in Steel. I'm sorry, let me try that again. It's actually brought to you by IBEW Local 505. They're the largest electrical union in the world, representing workers' rights in all areas of electrical and telecommunications industries. And we really do appreciate them coming on board again this year for Friday Night Rivals.
All right, 4th and 5 after the timeout as the play clock wound down. Robertson with pressure coming has to get rid of it and fires it off, and it's incomplete. And Robertson just had no chance there with the blitz coming. Caden Williams, the sophomore, came in, and you can't fault the quarterback there. He just had no time to get that one away.
No, and they just have a variety of stunts and blitzes, and here comes a guy running free at your belly button, and you're just trying to get rid of it and hopefully get 5 yards for the first down, but they reduce those chances.
We're going to get home with 4, and then you have others.
Well, Kenny is registered. He's registered with the party of others for sure.
But they do get home a lot with just their front 4.
Yeah, they do a lot of slanting and all that inside too. He's with the big guys.
Malone with the pitch to Clark, and Nick Clark with a move, and Clark across the 50, and Nick Clark still on his feet. Still on his feet all the way down to the 30.
Run down inside the 30-yard
as he's going to pick up 27 on first down, and you kind of feel like Daphne maybe starting to enforce their will on this game right now.
Yeah, well, Nick Clark will do that too.
Yep.
And so you can see they came out with the mindset. I think Clark had 2 big rushes to start the second half. It was like no more messing around. We're going to give it to Nick. If we want to throw it a little bit too, we will. But we're going to define ourselves here in the second half as a running first football team.
And Clark goes off to get a breather after that long run, and they mark it at the 30. Gardner in motion. Willoughby in the backfield, and now it's going to be dropped all the way back at the 41-yard line as Malone dropped back and had pressure immediately on him, and it came from the right edge. And Karsten Davidson, the senior, comes in to get the sack. Little delayed blitz there, and
I think it was more of a run blitz, really. The edge rusher just beat his man, and then you had somebody flying in because there was no reason to believe that Daphne was going to throw on that play.
So Davison with the sack, and now Malone at 2nd and 20. Steps up near side, nearly picked off, and it is at the 20.
Pirates intercept.
Able to come up with a pick as it hangs up in the air, and Dixon Davis, the senior, comes up with his second interception of the year.
Great play. We've had 2 interceptions that were really nice plays.
Intercepted by Dixon Davis.
Davis comes up with the PIT. He and his safety teammate Phillips each have one. A little pressure, but not much. Malone stepped up, and
we have 3
Davis
hats to give away. Actually, they're FHP.
Reads it well and just steps right in front of Scoot Miles.
You know, and I think it was the other interceptor and safety that put the pressure on the quarterback on that. So you had a safety blitz, and now it results in a safety interception.
If you have these
and Kenny's got to be losing his mind over there.
Tickets are on the board.
At the 20 in this one, dangerously floated out to the far side, and Martin will get stopped for a loss. That had shades of pick 6 when it left his hand.
The defender almost overran it.
Yeah. But they get it to.
Well, that's a good football player right there, Jim.
Martin on the reception.
Yeah, Al Woodard, seems to be always around that football.
Yeah,
he's got 3 picks. Did he have 2 in that Spanish Fort game, or just 1? I had at least 1, if I remember right. Might have been 2. So a loss of 1, and Robertson drops back, able to flip it out of the backfield, finally off to Godfrey. And Godfrey, look at Lambert all the way downfield, making the tackle at the 24.
Preston Godfrey on the reception.
Godfrey will get 5 on that, but
25-yard line.
Just trying to get away from this pressure.
That's why, again, you're playing with fire a little bit when you, of course, okay, I can see what happened now. His quick read was covered at the moment. He had to let him get free.
Yeah, Pete in there to put the hit on, and 3rd and about 7 officially now. Steps up, far side, fires, and he's able to get that one complete. Up to the 40, nice catch
reception
to go up and haul. That one down is Fisher Southall.
This reminds me of old NFL films where the quarterback's just getting beat,
on the reception. Pull that
beat up, and still making the plays. And
Southall with his second catch of the year, another sophomore.
Really great throw, considering all he was dealing with again. Give this kid a clean pocket. Let's see what you have.
Yeah, it might have been Edgerly, actually. We got 2 24s on the Fairhope roster, and that was Danny Edgerly, another sophomore. So correction on that one on 1st down at the 40 as we're inside 3 minutes now to go. And another 1st down almost picked up here by Godfrey. Could be maybe just about a yard short.
1 hat down, 2 to go.
So
the
nice hole
response
on
was,
the
wow, this is a nice hat.
Left side, and then just bouncing it
it's worth
to the outside. Boy, you know, that looks like Daphne's going in to score, marching it down there, and looked like they're going to put this one away. And now Godfrey and his teammates are battling back again up near midfield.
Not just a turnover, but a good response here offensively. And now you've got, I think, some cramps across the way.
Yeah, Woodard is down. But we have seen this Fairhope team, they've kind of been able to move it between the 30s.
Yep.
But
we're 2 hats down.
Struggling past that. So we'll take a timeout as they stretch out Al Woodard over on the sideline.
We do have 1 more, so look at your tickets.
2:33 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Looks like Al Woodard will be able to come in after being out for a play. And 2nd and 2 for the Fairhope Pirates. You do start to think a little bit. It's like, okay, so they're down 13. You start to, 2.5 to go. It's, like we said, they scored on their opening drive, and then offensively they just haven't been able to do much since.
No, they haven't. I mean, that was a great first drive, and they only got 3 out of that after the touchdown got called back. So tough sledding against this very athletic group from Daphne. We'll see if this team is kind of void of big plays, right?
Yep. Martin in motion. They give it to Godfrey, and now it's going to be 2nd and more than 3. As again, Lambert is in there along with Maddox Valley, and a loss.
Third down.
You go from 2nd and 2 to 3rd and 5.
Bailius Lambert make the tackle.
Well, they just send numbers at you and put the offensive line in such a compromising position. Who's got who and how and where and what, and next thing you know, your best player's on his seat, but you know, a yard behind the line of scrimmage.
Another tackle for a loss for Lambert. Blitz coming from the edge and standing up. Oh, that was going to be roughing the passer, but
Roberts'
oh boy,
pass
Pete
incomplete, but
stepped
there
in
is
front
a
of that one.
flag.
If he holds onto that, he's going to have a touchdown. It
backfield.
would have come back, but this one's going to be a 15-yarder against
Pete
Daphne, and it's going to give
ran the interference for the
Fairhope
defense, but we have a flag.
first down into Daphne territory as the blitz was coming. I think it was Jace Gibson who came off the edge.
Yeah. And again, does this not look like old NFL films?
Oh, yeah.
Where the quarterback's just getting wailed.
Down into Daphne territory, marked at
Watch
about
here.
the 40-yard line.
Gibson
First
comes
down
in.
for
It
the
is.
Pirates.
Boy.
Extra step, maybe, says the official. Then
Absolutely. You see players hold up all the time on that. And these young guys are just flying right to him, through him.
Gibson did go over and then slap hands with Robertson and say, "Hey man, I didn't mean to do that." So that was good sportsmanship there after the play. But moves it up to the 40 after the 15-yarder. Robertson watches the screen. It's knocked down again by Lambert, and then Lambert
batted down.
one hands one of the Fairhope. I think that was Barrett Kane. No, it wasn't Kane. I think it was Caden McCarthy. Let's watch it. So Lambert knocks it down, and then just one arms one of the linemen.
Well, I think McCarthy was putting himself, or who was that again?
It was McCarthy, yeah.
I think he put himself in harm's way a little bit. Do not feed the Bears.
Well, then maybe thought Lambert may have thought a teammate may have got that on a pick going the other way.
Maybe.
2nd and 10. Robertson, and then contact right as that one
incomplete
comes aboard. When you start to feel a little one-dimensional against this Daphne defense, as
that's a good point.
Kamarian Pete, who's played well, junior linebacker for this Daphne team. 3rd and 10.
You don't have to just gain yards. You've got to prove your manhood to this group. They're bringing numbers. They're hitting your quarterback over and over again. It's a tough kid.
A minute and a half to go here in the 3rd. Robertson this time able to get it out to the far side, and he gets it
Robertson's
off and complete to Tad Mitchell.
Back to that spot again, Jim.
Yep. It's going to bring up 4th down and about 4.
Down. Ball at the 35-yard line. 4th and 5 for the Pirates.
Actually, it was
Mitchell on the reception. Pete makes the tackle.
So 4th and 5, and let's see what the Pirates can do. Robertson wants to throw to the near side. He's able to get that one complete and up to the 20 and out of bounds. And
Mitchell on the pass
able to get that one to Mitchell. And a big
20-yard line. It'll be a first down.
15-yard completion there on 4th down for the Pirates.
I don't know if you could have a tougher 15-yard completion. The pressure's on, in his face again.
Near hash to the far side.
Exactly. Long throw, and it is right on the money.
And now Fairhope will come back with a little tempo themselves. Robertson sets up the screen, able to dump this one off, and he's got it
Screen pass
to Godfrey.
Preston Godfrey. Down to the 10-yard line.
Down to about the 10. Going to be another
nice gain on the pass from Robertson.
Fairhope first down, and they're into the Dr. Pepper maroon zone.
Quarterbacks get pressured. You see a lot of weak throws. I mean, they're not trying to throw it weak, but they're just under duress. This kid's got enough of a whip. He feels comfortable enough when people are in his face or about to take him down. He can still make those completions.
See if they snap it here. Just let the clock run out. Nope, they're going to get one more play off, and they give it to Godfrey. And Godfrey gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it, and that will close out quarter number 3 here.
No gain on that
Fairhope driving, and
the third
looked like they were going to go down by 3 scores, but they were able to get
into the fourth
their 2nd interception tonight on Malone. As this time it's Dixon Davis got the pick, and when we start the 4th, it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 10 for the Pirates, trying to pull within 6 on Friday Night Rivals.
Serving up
Hey, we're proud. The longtime sponsor, Greer's, is a sponsor of our starting lineups on Friday Night Rivals, serving the community for 107 years. Pretty amazing. Also, thank you to the U.S. Coast Guard, proud to sponsor the presentation of the colors each Friday night and Friday Night Rivals football game of the season. And last but not least, the United States Army. They've been a sponsor for a while, too, where they present our kickoff, of course. U.S. Army, be all you can be. Find your path at GoArmy.com. They also sponsor that color cam, the team color cam with all things like that. Oh, that's the Coast Guard.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everybody dressed in yellow and gold here tonight for Spina Bifida awareness.
Yep.
10th time they've done that. Here, start the fourth quarter. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, second and goal. We said, boy, Fairhope can get one in here. They cut it to 6 with a PAT, but that's a long 10 yards, it feels like, to go right now.
Doesn't it feel that way? This field is so compressed, and I don't think they're necessarily built for this against this team, but let's see.
Now, see, was there movement up front? Lambert came in aggressively, saying he was drawn off, but Fairhope was saying, ooh. Lambert indeed was, so it's now going to be second and goal from the 15.
Boy, Lambert makes you pay.
Yeah.
You flinch, you go down.
That's the double whammy. I mean,
5 yards against us, plus it didn't feel good.
Yeah, then you got to pay the flinch tax.
Look at his compatriot had to pay the flinch tax on that.
So second and goal from the 15, looking for the back of the end zone and just overthrown. A little too
Robertson's pass in the corner of the end
high
zone
as they were trying to reach Nolan Phillips, who they brought in from the defensive side. Phillips has an interception tonight here, and now it's third and goal from the 15.
Wondering who that was. Good-looking athlete in the corner, and it's the same guy that had that outstanding interception in the first half.
Bradley Thomas, free safety for the Trojans back there in coverage. Now you don't have to get it all here if you're going to go for 2. You just get yourself down and give yourself maybe a run play option if you can get it inside the 5 on third and goal here, right?
Absolutely.
Robertson again with pressure, flings it out, and Kamari and Pete, they're able to grab Martin, and Martin didn't have much
Fourth down
of a chance after he made the catch, and now you're
Pete makes the tackle
at the 11, so now you send in the field goal team, so you can cut it to 7 here.
Fourth and goal.
Or, no, I'm sorry, you can cut it to 10. Still a 2-possession game, but we're just inside the start of the fourth quarter.
Isn't it uncanny how Robertson can make those throws even though that wouldn't gain much? I mean, he's being pursued, he's backpedaling, and the throws are still on the money.
McKellar, who's got a 35-yarder in this one. We'll try this one from about 27 from the far hash. And it's good.
So McKellar's kick is good.
16-6. We didn't get any cannon fire after the first field goal, just on the second, and you just get one. So I
think we got one. I think we got some.
I think it was for the touchdown that got called back.
Ah, okay.
Maybe I'm mistaken.
No, you might be right. I know it went off one other time.
Yep. We got folks checking in, watching it. Chris Haley checking in, watching the game.
World traveler.
Yeah, where in the world is Chris Haley?
All right, let's run through where we have.
Boy, he's been
reported.
He's been in Spain watching the game. He's been in the Bahamas watching the game.
Yeah, remember that.
He's been offshore. He was fishing offshore on Skin Deep. He was around the Thunderhawk rig tonight.
60 miles out further?
It was about 120.
Okay.
Tonight, not as exciting. He's in Tuscaloosa. But he is watching in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to do in T-Town. Night before a big Alabama game.
And he's there with Ty Thompson, who's also watching the game. We saw Ty Thompson on the video board here earlier.
Dedicated to Dan and Jim, and more importantly, high school football. And more than, you got Ty Thompson. I guess Ty's got to watch his P's and Q's and kind of sponsor both teams, I guess.
Got to be a 3. You got Bayside, you got Fairhope, you got Daphne.
Yeah.
But they're all watching tonight up in Tuscaloosa as Fairhope gets their second field goal of the night. Green wrestled down about the 26.
Nice return by Zion Green.
And
Special
after that turnover last time, you kind of
makes the tackle to be first down.
Talked about Daphne wanting to impose her will, just keep it on the ground. You would think Might see a healthy dose of Nick Clark on this drive, I would think.
Yeah, and you know, Nick, too, as we noticed in those other drives, it wasn't just all 4 yards in a cloud of dust. He'll pop it out there, get you 10 or 20 on one carry, and let's see if that's the way they go. That's how they establish themselves in the second half for sure.
Up the middle is Nick Clark, and he'll have a first down.
Don't they have a thing on NFL Network called Angry Runs?
Yeah, that's they sure do.
Yeah.
Kyle Brandt.
Yeah. It's a funny segment, but Nick Clark at the high school level could be awarded that, right?
No question. He could be a contender this week and every week probably.
Yeah, that's how he plays.
And he's going to get this one
Clark again on the
up to about the 48. He'll pick up see if this will be enough. He's going to be real close to the first down. Yep, they'll move the chains. It'll be another first down.
Another thing to notice about Nick Clark, you'll see him shuffle his feet side to side. You never see him go backwards, right?
Yep.
Never. He'll kind of prod and with the little lateral movement.
Three in a row on the ground to Clark, and he'll get 12
40-yard line
here on
should be another Trojan
first down. He'll pick up another first down.
Dallas Booth makes the tackle.
Well, if the Nick Clark show's got a theme song, it's time to begin to play it, because I think that's what we're going to see here in the fourth quarter.
He's one of those backs that likes to get a good lather on, like the horses at the race. They like to get a good lather and then just keep giving it to him.
Yep. Great high school player.
At the 40. And good penetration. This time by Deshaun Williams. Stops Clark on this one. He'll lose 3 on first down.
Second and 13 for the Trojans.
But even if you're Daphne, you're happy. Just keep it on the go. Keep chewing the clock up. Let that clock keep running. Let it be your friend.
Yeah, and I think that Kenny's team is proving something to themselves as well, and to Coach King by being able to run the ball so effectively here in the second half.
Second and 13. Yeah, and Clark back to about the original
line
of scrimmage here. So 3rd and 10 coming up as we move inside. 9 minutes to go here in quarter number 4. Fairhope with a field goal in the first and the fourth quarters. That's been it. Remember, Fairhope had to take that time out on a fourth down call they had in the third quarter.
You like this clock running, but you got a really good quarterback. Do you throw it here? You don't.
Give it to Clark. He breaks a tackle.
Clark
and he's up to
near the 36-yard line.
37, maybe the 36.
And bring up 4th and 6.
Fourth down, and now you're kind of
how
do you try to pin him back deep here with your
also made the tackle on the previous play.
Rugby style kick, or no signs of sending out the punt team.
No.
Trojans, they line up to go for it.
You got good skill. Give me 6. That's what you're telling your offense right now.
And they snap it with 15 left on the play clock, and now Malone fires, and it's incomplete. And stop by the
pass is incomplete. Turnover on down.
Fairhope
nice
defense. It
by
didn't look like
defense.
Daly and
first
Malone
down
were maybe on the same page there.
No, Malone is generally right in the area where he's trying to throw. At that time, there was either a hold up or a confusion on the route.
I was kind of surprised they snapped it with that much time on the play clock, because you were trying to bleed it down more. And I guess maybe you're thinking there, okay, we don't want to risk a block punt. In that situation, our defense has been playing so strong, haven't let them get
direction ball at the 36-yard line
into the end zone.
Nick Clark, 16 rushes, 150 yards here tonight.
Robertson to the near side, and Daniel high points it, and he's got it. And he's down inside the 40 to about the 36.
Daniel.
Pickup of 28.
ESPN catch. That was quite an amazing catch.
Harvard fans, put your book down for a minute
first down
and watch this kid. I think you're going to like what you see.
Yeah, the Crimson's liking this one.
Wow.
Daniel having
big, strong kid, huh?
To go up to the 35.
You throw a fly route and it's your tight end.
Double coverage.
Yeah.
Martin in motion. They give it to Godfrey right up the middle, and now Preston Godfrey.
Godfrey goes right up the
Inside
middle,
the 25, down to about the 22. He'll pick up 13.
Every now and then those defensive linemen will slant the wrong way. And so, well, they got a great blocking scheme there, right, too. But Godfrey able to exploit that middle of the Daphne line, and that's not usually one that you do exploit. They exploit you.
Inside 7 minutes here. Again, this is where Fairhope has struggled. Inside of the, we got inside the Dr. Pepper maroon zone, and we'll see who
Clearly
moved
a flag on the play.
first on this one. If it was, you know, those offensive linemen, when you pressure coming at you all night.
Yeah,
I think
seeing these guys in your dreams,
or waking up seeing them in a nightmare.
Yeah.
First and 15. Back to the 28. We have not seen Amir Adams come back in on offense like we did in that first drive. Keep it on the ground to.
Boy, look at the fight. Is that Godfrey?
Yep.
My word.
How about the 25-yard line? 4, maybe the 23. And it'll bring up third and about 10.
After that penalty play, it'll be
Less than 6 to go in this one. When they snap it, time's definitely a factor at this point. Down 10.
Oh, boy. And now, did you say Martin coming in motion? I think it was maybe, no, this one's going to go maybe against Daphne. Because Martin had come in motion and the flag came out right then, but this one is against Daphne, and that pull helps him to get it to a 2nd and 5. Like a shot here in the end zone, right? 2nd and 5, 5:56.
Ball will be placed at about the 18-yard line.
Down inside the 20. Maybe a shot here into the
Pirates.
Into the end zone.
But you might just want to concentrate on getting that 5, even if it's take 2 carries.
Oh, ball comes loose and now pitched ahead. What a play there by Robertson. And they're going to get the first down. Robertson had that one pop up. He's able to recompose himself and pitch it forward to Martin. Look at that. Oh, like a hot potato.
Brian Martin.
Tell you what, that is a tough, composed football player. He's not going to have stats that jump off the page, but watch the game. Good run by Martin as well. But
got it at the 11. Give it off Preston Godfrey. Godfrey down to the 5.
Down inside the 5-yard line. Nice run by Preston Godfrey.
And
do have a Daphne player down at about the 15.
Lambert.
Tyler Durant
slow
does make
to
the tackle.
Get up at the
nice
15.
Godfrey.
He's going to stay in the game. But clock ticking down here, approaching 4.5 to go. Fairhope's been shut out of the end zone tonight. 2 field goals is all they have. They've come up with 2 takeaways, 2 interceptions, and a couple of 4th down stops as well. Robertson back to Godfrey behind his blockers on the right side and plunges
Godfrey
forward to the
2-yard line.
About 5'8", maybe, 183 pounds. Quick, strong.
About 1 for the first down.
Started the year at quarterback.
Yeah, just because he was the best athlete. But in the end, I think this is their most potentially effective lineup. I know we're late in the year now, but if you're trying to win games on this night, this is the best they've got to offer.
Yeah, they can get a first down here. It's not 3rd and goal. It's 3rd and 1 from the 2. Back to Godfrey on the left side. He gets swallowed up by Durant. Let's get the spot here. I believe he's gonna have the first down.
Just short.
but it's going to be good for a first down. So you got first and goal at the
We'll give it
1.
the first down. It will be first and goal for the Pirates from about the 1 foot line.
I want to see some urgency here out of this Fairhope offense as we're inside 3.5 to go.
Well, Durant's a big man, isn't he?
Shoo. Godfrey stays in the backfield. They go right back to him on a stutter step on the right, and he gets to the 1-yard line and driven back again.
Godfrey was so patient on that play, and it looked like he made the move when he saw the hole. But when you're playing Daphne, that hole will close. Let's see if there's any kind of a violation there. Watch Godfrey. Patient, 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 go.
Look at Caden Williams just staying, reading his keys, and the leading tackler makes the stop. And second and goal from the 1, and Daphne going to take a timeout.
They've got to be tired right now, Jim.
So we'll take it with him on second and goal from the 1 with 2:44 left.
Ladies, get ready.
We're back to Fairhope after this here on Friday Night Rivals, brought to you by Dr. Pepper.
Sadie Claire Smith. Addison
2:44 left. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan.
Abby Wren.
And a huge crowd here on the Eastern Shore in Fairhope. Daphne on top, 16-6. Second and goal from the 1 for the Pirates. Trying to punch this one in.
That's Pamela Brewer. I knew that.
Daphne took a timeout. Their defense has been out there.
It is second and goal from the 1-yard line.
Quite a while. Robertson rolls out to the near side, fires, and it's incomplete.
Robertson's pass at the goal line.
Just trying to get that one off to Sanders Daniel.
Intended for
one thing good there. Does stop the clock. This was dangerous as it went through Daniel's hands. So now third and goal.
Yeah. Wow, tough one for Daniels.
And they'll line up behind Robertson again. Godfrey with him in the backfield. Bit of a bad snap. It went wild, but Robertson takes it himself and dives, and he's got the touchdown.
This kid makes things happen when not everything's going right.
He's got moxie.
Jackson Robertson on the quarterback keeper.
His moxie cup is
overflowing.
It's spilling all over the floor.
A&S Calvert touchdown. One hands the snap, and then has the presence of mind to stick the arm out there, get to the pylon. Coming right at you, Jared Kihas giving you the great look. Our photog there on the sideline, and there goes the cannon right before the PAT, and it makes everybody on the field jump,
especially those in white.
The broadcasters didn't flinch. we nerves of steel up here. A&S Calvert Innovations in Steel. Speaking of, strengthened by people now hiring at AMSCalvertjobs.com. So, wow. So they fire the cannon, and it's 16-13. 2:33 to go.
16-13.
Each team with 2 timeouts left, and Roof Doctors.
Yeah.
If you got a sick roof, like they can.
That's the call you need to make. Roof Doctors. I mean, you got that sick roof. You're looking up and they're thinking, we got a problem.
Well, you're not calling the roof plumbers if your roof is sick, right? You're calling a roof doctor.
That's a bad move. I mean, you can bring them out and they can't do anything about it. Also, thank you very much also to Fast Signs. Transforming your place begins at our place. Let Fast Signs help you make your statement. And of course, long time Eye in the Sky sponsor and providing that every weekend for us in the end zone. Herc Reynolds, a proud and long-time sponsor of Friday Night Rivals.
Yeah, Camel McKellar almost hit our camera up there on his first, on that 35-yard field goal. And so, all right. Oh, so now we got a dead ball foul. This is going to go against, I think that's for the cannon. I think that's cannon fodder. Unsportsmanlike. I really think it is.
I could see that.
Oh, and if I'm running the cannon, I do not want to be in the film session on Monday with Coach Tim Carter as he stares at the cannon from the 20.
Oh, they may not have to wait that long to visit with Coach Carter.
I mean, and, you know, and maritime laws and maritime things that take place, you know, on it. So they're going to take the PAT off the board. They huddled. So this is going against Fairhope, and this is a huge turn of events because it was a 3-point game. And so now this is going to have to be a 35-yard PAT attempt. So watch, everybody's just lined up, just waiting. The cannon is just to your right of the screen. Watch everybody jump. Yeah, like what's going on? Well, the PAT is still good.
Wow.
Did it again.
So now
point after is good.
Now they got dry powder to use over there, and they're a little nervous to fire it off.
I don't think cannon guys in any rush to reenact.
I mean, after the 35-yard PAT there, you should go ahead. So, all right, let's go. How we got here. Look, watch. First of all, the catch on this. I mean, that was going into left field, and Robertson makes it, and then composes himself and just says, "All right, I just got to get to the end zone." It was not a designed run for him to run to the pylon on that play.
He just had to figure it out, right?
Yeah. So you got 2 timeouts left. You got to do you onside it? I mean, you looks like they're.
You know, there's nobody in the Pooch area.
That's how Nick Clark now kind of drops back to the Poochie. 10 plays, 64 yards, 5.5 minutes on the scoring drive. And they fired this one off. It goes off a few Daphne players' hands. It's loose at the bottom of the pile. Fairhope says they have it. It's still being wrestled for down there. Nolan Phillips looking on. Daphne, I think, is going to be on top of the football. They come away with it.
Onside kick.
The linebacker, Maddox Ballius. Wow.
How about the player?
The kick was like a line drive 2 hopper.
And then the Fairhope Pirate that came doing a somersault. Watch this right here. Watch the effort. Watch the.
So it goes.
The action. Whoop.
Off of. Yeah, went off Gardner's hands first, then Nick Clark was in there, and then. Oh, boy.
It's been a great game.
Wow. So 2 timeouts, 2:13 to go.
That's what they got to burn.
Nick Clark was really moving the ball in the last drive. You can see everybody up at the line of scrimmage. They expect Clark to get it. Clark does, and he gets to the 45, and Fairhope will take the timeout.
Second down and 8 for the Trojans.
So Clark gets up the line of scrimmage. 1 timeout
Rock
here.
Gerhardt made the tackle on that last play. Big Rock Gerhardt.
Boy, a couple of scores to pass along. It's in that big battle out in West Mobile.
Don't forget, if you're a middle
Mary
school or
G,
high school student, head
impressive
directly to First Baptist Church or
tonight
Fairhope when this
here,
game
going to get the win
concludes.
over those unbeaten teams. We'll get to that final score.
Great folks at First Baptist Church in our
It's not
fifth
final yet,
quarter
but
this evening.
35-14. Mary G with a lead over Baker. Saraland 56-7 over Baldwin County. Foley leads Bryant here in 7A Region 135-22. Not a big win for BC Rain. They win 31-21.
At UMS, right?
If that's the correct score, it's kind of figuring.
All right.
But that'd be a huge win for the Red Raiders.
For the Fairhope Pirates here, 2nd and 8.
So second
for the Trojans.
And right back to Nick Clark. And no, it's going to be kept by Malone. And a good open field tackle at the 49.
Maybe about a yard short
and
of midfield.
Daphne comes up with the
line.
Gain of about
3rd and 4 for the Trojans.
5 on the play. And
they are now out of timeouts, Jim.
Yep, that was their last timeout.
Luke Gimmerin makes the stop.
Gimmerin with the tackle. And
I'll be talking to the winning coach after the game, and 2:13 to go. We still don't know who that's going to be.
2:13. Could be.
Oh, yeah.
Could be more.
Yeah.
This, 31-21 final. BC Reign beats UMS. Bayside beats Orange Beach 35-14. Theodore shut out Blunt last night. St. Michael with a big win last night as well. So here we go. That was everybody expecting Clark to have it in his hands, but Malone pulled it out and kept it himself.
Big 3rd down play for the Pirate defense. It is 3rd and 4.
He is dangerous. How loud is it here? My Apple Watch just gave me a warning saying you're in a loud environment right now, and we are. 3rd and 4. Malone pitches it out to Clark. Clark slips, and he's hit. He's going to be stopped for a loss.
Swarming defense when you needed it the most. I mean, they.
In the backfield.
I don't see a safety on the field right now. They just sold out at the line of scrimmage.
And the pitch kind of took a little time. Harbin came in on the stop there.
4th and 6 for the Trojans.
4th and 6. Do you? I think if you're Daphne, the first thing you do is you just let this play clock run all the way down.
That's right.
So it's gonna be down inside a minute and a half to go. And we'll see if I'm gonna punt it, I might save me a timeout. I might just take the 5-yard penalty. If you're gonna punt it here, just let it run all the way down. But they'll take the timeout at 1:26. And as we know, McKellar has a big leg.
He's will be on the road the next 2 weeks.
7 of 8 this year on field goals. So thinking about getting one to start thinking about one to tie it up
for senior night on November 3rd as we host Briarwood Christian.
1:26 left. Daphne was stopped.
We'll see you on November 3rd for senior night.
Needed one first down there, and you run up the clock.
That's it. That's it.
And on 4th and 6.
Yeah, they went backwards. Interesting call.
Yeah, you go to Clark, and the pitch took a second, and then Clark kind of lost his footing as he got the pitch and tried to make a cutback.
Yeah, Clark's really good. I don't know that he was going to escape what was coming at him.
No, because you're selling out there. You're like you said, everybody was up in the box.
Yep.
McKellar. We saw the young man. Friel kicks at Air Force now, right?
Oh man!
Saw a 59-yarder here in this.
Here we go, 4th down and 6 for the
stadium.
Yeah, that was mind blowing. Mind blowing. 2.5, I believe, right?
Yep. All right, so all right. You wouldn't think of anything else besides just punting here, right? Varela,
you'd be immediately institutionalized if you did.
Varela, the rugby-style kicker. Pressure coming. Now he's going to take off and run. Varela takes off, and he's going to be dropped at the 45.
Of course.
Varela, who is big.
Loss on the play back to the 45.
And he gets dropped back at the 45.
First down.
He took off on a rugby-style kick, but
at the Trojan 45-yard line.
Let's watch it. He never really look at all the green. He thinks he's got it, and I wonder if that's a play that you can have. And if you see it, you can do it. But Dallas Booth, the linebacker, said, "No, this isn't happening."
No, he didn't see it clearly. If he was given the opportunity to read keys and take off, if he thought he saw what he saw. But all right, here we go.
And he's a big kicker, so he's not like a speedster back there.
No.
Robertson with pressure throws to the near side, able to get that one complete. We're going to be up to about the 41, but they'll have to hurry here. So we're going to be down inside a minute when they snap this one. So
Danny Edgerly on the pass reception.
Edgerly with the
about 4.
reception.
2nd and 6.
Pressure coming. Looked like Daphne had come early, but it's going to be good for a first down. They'll stop the clock, and they're inside the 35 down to the 34. So you're knocking on the door. You're inside 50 yards for an attempt here with 51 seconds left.
I think you go for more. Daphne's confused.
Robertson looks, throws to the near side, and it's intercepted by Al Woodard to seal it.
Pass
for
is
the
intercepted
Trojans
by number 12, Al Woodard.
Boy, what a game tonight.
Overthrown to the near side, and Woodard, who's sure-handed, bobbled it momentarily. And you're right, Daphne was stunned on defensively.
They were gassed, they were stunned, and let them off the hook right there. I think what Robertson saw was one defender and not two.
Watch here, Robertson has time, and then Woodard, I think, was so surprised it came to him.
Yeah.
So now Daphne will just have to take one snap here, and oh boy, they are going to be happy to escape their neighbors to the south with a victory here tonight. And that will do it. They'll wait to.
As the game concludes tonight, be sure
We'll wait to
your seat.
reset the play clock and get the balls. That way they won't even have to snap it again. As
boys and girls basketball teams clean up our stadium.
Daphne with the win, 16-13.
Restrictions from our high school athletic association. So
Kenny King and his coaching staff will be happy with this region win here tonight. They proved to 4-3, 3-1 in the region. Daphne claims the Jubilee Cup, and
giving it their all.
they battle down to the
Parking lots are full. Everybody stays in the end.
last play here. Kenny King celebrates the victory here tonight. Trojans get the win as Al Woodard with a game-sealing interception for the Trojans in the final minute of this one. Daphne holds on to get a 16-3 victory here tonight in Fairhope, defeating their rivals to the south. And Dan Brennan's with the victorious head coach Kenny King.
Seemed like in the second half, you might have had a conversation with your guys because you came out and ran the ball more.
Yes, man. We knew at the end of the day we had a lead, but we knew we had Nick Clark in the backfield, man. So we had to go and pound it. So.
Coach Tim Carter kept his team spirited enough to give you a game to the end.
Man, Coach Carter does a great job. We knew we was going to have to fight for it, and he came out and had a heck of a game playing against us. So again, man, we just had to go out and fight, and I'm glad our guys finished, man. We be in situations like this all the time and don't finish. So I'm just excited to see my guys finish.
I know you were coaching hard to the end. Do you realize what a great spectacle this was tonight with high school football, with your fans and the Fairhope fans, and it was just a beautiful night to broadcast a game.
Man, it was, man. Great night. It's always a rival game. Hey. Go get that. Hey,
rivalry game.
Rivalry game. So make sure, again, rivalry game is always a great thing. It's always going to be a great game. What Fairhope does, Tim, I know him a long time. He's been coaching forever, and I know he's going to put a great product out there. So, again, man, just super excited that our guys was able to finish today.
I know our friends from Dr. Pepper, Coca-Cola, want to take this moment for you.
Hey, King, Coach King, man, it was an intense game. You all sung in there and got her done. Just want to present you this game trophy on behalf of Dr. Pepper, Coca-Cola. Okay. Congratulations, Coach. Man.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Good to see you after the game, Coach King. Okay.
All right, thank you, Dan. Coach King with the belt there from our friends at Dr. Pepper. And our player of the game, Nick Clark. What a night for Nick Clark. 21 for 54, 21 for 154 yards rushing on the ground. Big night. Really used him a lot in the second half and was able to eat up a lot of clock as well. Ends up with a 1 touchdown, and this one gave Daphne their lead in the first quarter, and they didn't relinquish the lead, but it got closer than they maybe hoped it would down the stretch. But an exciting one here on Friday Night Rivals. 16-13 the final score. Daphne gets the victory over Fairhope here tonight in Fairhope, and they improved to 3-1 on the year. Stop a 2-game slide. Want to thank our great partners, Dr. Pepper, United States Coast Guard, Mobile County Sheriff's Office, Greer's, Andy Citron Injury Attorneys, Roof Doctors, IBEW Local 505, AMNS Calvert, Fast Signs, United States Army, and promotional considerations provided by Herc Reynolds. So thanks to our great Friday Night Rivals crew here tonight at WC Major Fields, where we saw a great one tonight. Daphne and Fairhope battle. The Battle of the Eastern Shore goes to Daphne this year. They win the Jubilee Cup. So for Dan Brennan, I'm Jim Cox, and for Vincent Early, our great director here tonight, good night from Fairhope, where Daphne holds on to get the victory 16-13 over the Pirates.